Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We've got more Dota coming your way, and we've got ourselves a special guest. I'm joined.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Anyways, Liquid may not have qualified for TI, but I have two Liquid members here joining me.
Yes.
Liquid Insania and Liquid BSJ. I hear you've rebranded.
Pleased to be here after winning against Team Bald in ESL 1 Winter, which was the last tournament that we competed in, Team Liquid. It's great to be here on this stage today, once again.
Yep.
Content creator,
is
you
it
may
the same?
speak. Content creator, you may speak now.
Yes. I'm just going to create some content. That's my job here, and I feel like you're also doing that job to some extent, and I respect that.
Yeah, because I coach you for content.
Yes.
Yeah, which is very good content on twitch.tv/BSJ Dota.
That's not at all. Some guy's going to get some follows.
The producer's like, let's get in this game. We got a ship to sail.
As 3 heroes have already been picked in the draft, and none of them are really a surprise, I'd say.
Parker, speaking of ships, we got a bit of a potentially sinking ship here with Quincy crew.
Yeah.
That's biased.
Storm Spirit.
How could I be biased? I casted this.
Get hired by Liquid, and you're already dumping on NA.
Oh yes, the classic switch.
They call that the BSJ.
They do. That has definitely been dubbed at this
10
point.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
Quincy crew, they're looking rough. I think
5
NA fans
seconds
were hoping
remaining.
Undying or Quincy would pop off.
Yeah.
It's happening, but it's kind of happening in the other
Other
way that
that
people weren't
unexpected way,
expecting
too.
it.
Yeah.
So it's good that Undying's popping off.
Secrets
As an
turn to
NA Dota
ban.
fan myself, I'm hoping that both of them make it through, and Quincy has a comeback with maybe some mental coaching from Jack.
Yeah, we'll see. They currently only have, I think, 2 wins. Is that correct? Or 3 wins?
I believe it's only 2 still.
Okay.
10 seconds
I think it's them and SG who both still have 2 wins in
Yeah.
Group B. So
5
a potential
seconds
battle
remaining.
for last place, or to not be in last place,
Quincy
as
crews turn
last
to
place gets
ban.
eliminated. As for Secret, they are 6 wins, 4 losses. They're kind of in 4th place. I think if you look at Liquipedia, they're in 5th, but the 4th place was 6-6. So 6-4 sounds better than 6-6 to me. So
It does, yeah. Quincy's has only
Secrets turn to ban.
they've tied 2 matches, whereas SG has 2-0'd once, and they've lost everything else. So
Who
it's
did SG 2-0?
let me look here. Fnatic.
Okay.
They 2-0'd Fnatic, which is and Fnatic has like 1-1 against
every other team.
every other
right?
team.
Yeah.
So that's actually it's not
10 seconds
easy for
remaining.
Quincy crew to not get eliminated from this group.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not like
5
the other group where
seconds
there's
remaining.
Thunder Predator, who is fairly
Quincy
clearly
crews
at this
turn
point.
to
They might even
ban.
be like mathematically eliminated. I'm not sure.
They're
after-
1 loss away. Is
They're
what
1
I
loss
saw
away,
people
okay.
tweeting that. They have 4 games left, but the second worst team has 3 wins. So or
Yeah.
4 wins. So.
Group B is just not like that. The last slot it's between Quincy and SG. It seems.
Yeah, because Quincy just got off of a series
10
with
seconds
Team Spirit,
remaining.
who is also at 2 wins, and Team Spirit 2-0'd him. So
5
this
seconds
is
remaining.
Yeah, they secured themselves.
they
basically.
pretty much got them out of the bottom
Yeah,
pack
for
there.
sure.
And reminder, if you guys haven't been watching, bottom 2 that each get dropped out of the group stage, that's like 100K as a prize pool. And if you make it past the group stage, it's 600K minimum.
Oh God.
So,
God.
it's pretty brutal
That's a
if you
lot.
get last place. Just imagine, that's like a whole year's salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
That's
most
like
people.
3
Turn to
Lamborghinis worth.
600K is like 3 tournament first place winnings, non-TI tournament first place winnings.
Yeah,
We're
and all you have to do is not get last.
Secrets
We're just
turn
hiding
to
on the
ban.
paint. Any Thunder Predator fans? that are
I
watching.
mean, they've already accepted their fate.
Yeah,
Let's-
sure.
Sorry,
sure.
that might be
Yeah.
too early. But as we proceed through the draft, it looks like they've still got the Spirit after losing to Team Spirit, as we've got a Storm Spirit on Team Secret and a Void Spirit on Quincy Crew.
10
This is Quinn's
seconds remaining.
bread and butter. He is a Spirit player through and through. I feel like
5
he just
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
look the same. We've seen him play Doom, Batrider. If I'm not seeing him on Ember, Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, he's just a step down in
Yeah.
my book.
In NADBC, I remember Quincy Crew was picking Void Spirit when it wasn't really a good mid hero, or at least it wasn't like considered a good mid hero in pro level pubs. And now it is. It's I think other than like I guess if you would argue like Tiny or some other heroes that are played in multiple roles, Void Spirit is like the #1 mid laner right now, and it has a good win rate. I feel like it's a strong hero. You get all of the talents for the nukes, and he just does so much burst damage. You get a Sanj and Kaya, and you're just like one-shotting supports in the back line.
Team Secrets.
Yeah, it's weird
turn
because earlier VP picked Storm into Void Spirit, and now we're seeing a Void Spirit picked into Storm. So I tend to like these type of matchups where each player on either side, depending, is totally comfortable picking one into the other and doesn't mind playing it into the other, so you get to see it a lot, and it's because both heroes can kill each other. You get the Yules on Void
10
Spirit, set it up
seconds
with the Ether
remaining.
Remnant. I hope to see some sort of follow-up, because right now they don't really have a lot of
Quincy
burst to
Cruz,
finish off the
turn
Storm. And then obviously Storm with the Orchid before that Yule's timing, if possible.
I remember Puck Void Spirit was like a similar matchup where the Puck could just coil the Void Spirit and was considered to be like the hardest counter in the game to Void Spirit when it was first released into Dota. And then after that, like a few months later, it was like Void Spirit's a counter to Puck because no other heroes really existed in the
10
meta other than like
seconds
Lion, which was
remaining.
getting banned every game to catch the Puck.
Yeah, because you have the Ags.
Yeah, and Void
Or
Spirit
the
would
Yules.
like
Seconds
Void Spirit would always get
remaining.
the Yule so early, and it's just a guaranteed setup on the Puck, and then you can have follow up after that.
And they go for the Disruptor Slardar. Slardar was my sleeper pick. I guess it hasn't done too well in the pick games it's been picked. I think it's at like either 2 out of 4 or 1 out of 3 wins right now. It feels really powerful against Weaver and also ET because ET wants to run at you with his briefcase, and Slardar's got consistent disable. You know, he's not just going to stop you once and run away. He's going to bash you, and then he's going to crush you, and then he's going to bash you again, and you're just not going to be able to hit him at all. So the IO is a great pairing if they want to do that for the 4th position because you buff up the fact that Slardar doesn't want to buy regen in the laning phase, and then also give him a little bit of attack speed before his treads come out.
But a bit of move speed too for like chasing people down, and then you have the classic Wisp pairing where you have
Team
Slardar for the
Secrets,
early game for the
turn
laning
back.
phase, and then Storm for like every other point in the game.
Right now, Secret have a ton of chase and like pick off potential. Like their catch is crazy. Not a whole team fight, but you're not running away from a Storm and a Slardar.
I like the TB pick, though. The lane against Slardar is still
10
kind of rough
seconds
because most of the
remaining.
time you're a melee hero. But once you get past that, not
5
only are you
seconds
really high
remaining.
armor, but you often buy Manta. You usually buy Satanic later on, both of which remove the crush or the corrosive haze.
Yes.
But also,
it was amplified
yeah,
damage
yeah, it
before.
used to be
The very
It
basic.
used to tell you if you were new to Dota, you would know exactly what that
Literally,
ability does.
it was named what it did. This
Yeah.
amplifies.
But also, Slardar and heroes like Disruptor, like you said, their pickoff's insane. So it's really nice to have a carry that doesn't have to put his literal hero in the laning
He just
or in the
he
lanes to
just
clear them.
illusions.
Yes, so it makes it nice to be able to get farmed that way.
Yeah, that's a really annoying thing in the laning stage as a Slardar is that Terrorblade just, jungles or pulls or just something else and sends illusions to push out the lane. So it's like,
10
I'm supposed to be
seconds
owning guys.
remaining.
I own this lane. I'm this Slardar, like, lane-winning hero. But then TV just sends
5
illusions
seconds
and
remaining.
you don't care.
What are they going to pick that gets buffed up by Slardar is the question.
Quincy
Slardar makes
turn
any
to
hero
ban.
in the game look like they do a ton of damage. I'm thinking the way that Team Secret plays, even though it didn't work for them last time, they're going to pick PA.
What about PL?
PL?
Maybe it's not the best against, like, Elder Titan, but I feel like against Weaver,
10
it's
seconds remaining.
Weaver just doesn't do anything to PL.
I think they'll probably ban it, actually.
5
That's a good
seconds
point,
remaining.
actually. I didn't think you knew your carry matchups.
I literally learned that one from you, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, fair
When
enough.
we were doing content for Arkosh Gaming.
Yeah, when they hired us.
Yes, as content
Yeah,
creators.
content creators.
Yeah.
I actually, that's probably their ban. That's a good suggestion.
They're really thinking about it, though. I mean, I feel like that's a really, like, NA Dota thing, too. It's like everybody there, we pick Terrorblade even when it's terrible.
Yeah.
And so, like, the counters always come in.
Secrets, turn
Oh, they
to
banned my
pick.
suggestion.
Oh, they
and then
banned
they're
the
going to pick
PA.
your suggestion, and we're going to look like really good content creators.
Maybe. Well, you're, of course, a
You
content
guys, you guys, shouldn't just be content creators. Sounds like you be like pro players or something. If you
Yeah.
understand the game this well,
Yeah, it's weird.
at least compete in like a tier 2 team, maybe in lower division.
Yeah,
you
maybe
could
like
make
barely
breakouts.
making it
10
up. Or
seconds.
God,
something
that
like
is
that.
that is an absurd suggestion.
Yes, but we'll consider it.
5 seconds
Maybe next year.
remaining.
Maybe
Yeah,
next year.
maybe. If we can find the time through all the content.
Yeah.
Lots of reserve time.
Yes.
Think about it.
So I don't see any other hero that they would pick, to be honest. The only problem is you kind of want to buy a BKB this game because you're against ET Void Spirit, and PL doesn't really buy BKB.
I guess Morphling's not so bad.
Oh, Morphling would be but against ET.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's weird. It's really, I mean, great against TB because you just become a better version of him. And I don't think Weaver and Void Spirit. I suppose Void Spirit can build into like an Orchid or Vessel. Like there's counters, but then you're not getting a Yules to deal with the Storm Spirit.
So I'm also kind of down for Jug too. Like seeing it's similar to like Mag Jug, but instead of getting a bunch of farm, everyone just dies.
Gyrocopter, okay.
I was not expecting that. It's with Wisp though.
In retrospect, they have an IO. So
Yeah,
that
in
makes sense.
retrospect. Well, I was thinking it was going to be IO Slardar and then Disruptor in the safe lane. But based on this, I would guess it's going to be Disruptor in the off lane
10
and a
seconds
IO
remaining.
5.
I like the sound of that,
Choose your
especially
hero.
now because you can purge the Disruptor Q, put it with the Slardar, so you have some magic damage versus the Terrorblade, and then all of that illusion and high armor stuff that we talked about with the Slardar is not an issue. So maybe there's going to be some weird lane swaps from both teams this game.
I think it's super important now because you love picking Legion against Disruptor because you can purge Disruptor's only way of harassment. And the Disruptor Q level 1 does 180 damage once all 4 ticks come out, so it's super important that you do remove it if possible. And so not only is the IO the better support pairing for the for the Gyro in lane, but the Disruptor also doesn't want to lane against Legion.
Yeah,
so if both teams know this, so like you said, it might result in
Shenanigans.
like a domino effect of crazy weird
10
heroes being in
seconds
weird
remaining.
places.
That makes the question, who can jungle?
Oh yes,
Because there's
Legion, I see
always-
Legion.
Yeah, there it is.
oh Iron Talent,
The queen
Yeah.
of the
Back.
jungle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So everyone in 2K is like, oh, I know that answer. I've seen it
You guys
so
have
many
your chat,
times.
and I'm like, that's my level of pubs, okay? You know, you guys may not see it so much up at your level, but Legion jungle.
There was
that's my
there was
jam.
one game in the European DPC where it was both teams took it way further than they think they should, or I think they should have. It was Viking versus somebody, and it ended with them running back and forth because they didn't want to get the wrong matchups, and they were all in the mid area. And after doing it like 3 times, nobody's been to a lane at 2 minutes into the game. 2 heroes started hitting a small camp together. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Just a level 1 like Juggernaut and a support were just hitting a small camp. It was so sad. But okay, I don't think we're gonna see that today.
That's the best. That's what makes Dota such a magical game. I remember watching recently Zhao 8 bot back to farm a creep wave mid when he was playing mid, of course, for LGD. And just to farm a creep wave. It looked like a rage buyback, but it obviously wasn't one because it was like 3 or 4 seconds after he had died and the wave pushed in. So there's obvious deliberation there. And it's like, it's LGD and he's like the old guy coach, you know? So it's like, he's not rage buying back, obviously.
Every time one of my teammates buys back early, I look at their tower and see if it's getting hit by creeps.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, you know it's rage. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty much the only thing left in the book
Yep.
for it being a sane buyback.
Brian, what do we predict? It's
Oh
coming
yes,
up on
player
your
with
screen.
highest net worth. I got 7 out of 8
for
predictions
battle.
last series. Player with highest net worth at end of the game. I'm going for Yawar. Get him in there.
Which carrying? Yeah.
Or
I mean,
YS.
I would vote Nisha. I feel like he's gonna.
This is
pop
my
off.
account, so you're gonna put Yawar on
Okay,
there.
all right.
You
I
can
feel
tell
like
us
this
what your predictions are.
This
but
should be a democracy, but that's okay.
you can tell us what it is.
I'm the third wheel here. What did you say, Yawar?
Yeah, YS.
Okay.
Team with the most runes picked up. Oh, that's going
Oh,
to
that's
Quinn.
got to be Quincy.
Yeah,
Crew.
go.
I mean,
Player with the first triple kill.
Quinn stands on a rune, and whatever he needs at the time spawns for him.
That is an utter fact there. First triple kill is going to go towards Nisha.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
and-
let me say who I think would
Yeah,
be.
go on.
Nisha.
Okay, good. Will a tower be killed before 10 minutes? There's very little tower damage this
Yeah,
game, so I'm
I-
going to say no.
I'm
30
gonna go no
seconds
as
to
well.
battle.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Now we're back into the game.
So you guys think Yawar is most farmed? I mean,
no,
you
I don't
must
think that. He
okay.
thought, he
oh,
thought
okay.
that.
Yeah, it's
So you're-
it's whatever carry's going to win.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is taking a step back. Quincy is the team that only has the 2 wins. Secret 6 and 4. Surely Secret coming as favorites as the draft sway.
But that's 6 and 4 in Europe, while the 2 wins are in NA.
That is
which,
such a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
which means it's very much more likely that Quincy Crew will take it.
God, you're so
Yes.
smart.
Yeah. I honestly think the drafts are pretty even. The Legion Commander pick makes it a lot easier for the cores of Quincy Crew to play the game because if they get initiated onto, you have to press the attack. The only thing is, before BKBs come out for the Terrorblade and potentially Quinn, if Secret drops the Disruptor ultimate on whoever gets saved, they're still screwed. So that's something to consider there, that you cannot dispel that. But they're laning Puppy top. which I really didn't think they would do. So I think that's going to have the side lanes go not quite as well for Secret as they could. We'll see how that plays out.
I'm curious to see what he does with the Thunderstrike. It looks like he's just not using it right now.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on top on our screen as bottom lane. We see the reflection on Terrorblade tends to be the more common skill build nowadays ever since they nerfed Metamorphosis last patch to a lower duration.
Yeah, some people are and less damage too. Some people are going like 3 or 4 points into reflection, or maybe 3, maybe 4 successive. But Arteezy went 3 points reflection, right?
Yeah, I mean reflection's a really nice skill now, and because what happened was they gave Terrorblade more base damage, but then removed damage on Metamorph to make him not as like reliant on meta in the laning stage. And some people have taken that to an extent that you just said, where they don't even level Metamorph in the lane.
Purges off the Thunderstrike right away. Does get doinked by the homing missile.
I wonder if the play in a lane like this is to try to force the press the attack. Well, I
With
guess
the missile?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess there's no point in using it on the missile though. So.
Yeah, because it doesn't remove the damage.
Yeah. I guess if you use the missile on MSS, yeah, but it doesn't remove the damage. It doesn't do anything unless there's some sort of kill threat. Which
Yeah, unless they're gonna right-click him like 5 times after the missile lands.
True. Yeah, true. It's a weird lane.
Weaver doesn't seem like an MSS hero, to be honest. I don't mind that Quincy Crew is more so picking the meta heroes that other teams have been picking, but when I think of MSS, I do not think of Weaver. I think of like playmaking stunners or like Phoenix.
Yeah.
Farming fours.
I
He is a
agree.
farming four though, so I guess that's fair.
Ironically, like Yapsor heroes.
By the way,
Yeah.
this mid lane,
True.
we saw this matchup, I think earlier today or yesterday, and Storm was crushing. This time around, Quinn.
Yeah, it was
Destroying
GPK versus Leo Style, where GPK was the Storm Spirit and he was winning.
Yeah.
So I think that's why these teams are willing to pick it one way or the other, because it's clearly a skill-based matchup.
Yep.
It's interesting because Quinn doesn't even have anything other than Resonant Pulse skilled. He's just doing this with one spell. Like, he hasn't been doing Ether Remnants, you know, pulling and harassing and that sort of stuff.
No, I've seen this.
There
So
we
what
Now we
the
go.
reason why they sometimes hold it there is because he's not sure if at level 6 he's going to get 6 first or Nisha will. So if you get 6 first, you can level your Remnant with your Astral Steps and kill him.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that timing, sometimes you can afford to not level Remnant and then just go like 0-3-2 and farm.
Yeah.
So it's really cool when mid laners leave themselves that option. But there he used it to make sure he secured a range creep. So.
Great start so far for Quinn. Side lanes seem to be also going pretty well for Quincy. As far as the way the lanes are set up, it does seem that Puppy, you mentioned Thunderstrike into the Legion.
100% their lanes on Secret are weaker because they left the Disruptor top. So it's a bit odd, but maybe they just value the IO Slardar that highly.
It is a strong lane, but it's difficult against the Terrorblade because it's not like IO provides you really any magical damage or anything to like make it good against the Terrorblade. It just amplifies Slardar, which is already doing physical damage. So like Yapsor doesn't have any points in spirits, so it's just purely like they're confident that the right clicks from Slardar are going to be enough.
Yeah, LOA also de-warded the small camp, which allowed him to give Yawar solo XP on the tower, and he might be going down here.
Yeah.
This was the concern of the ET, but he also doesn't have a salve. And the lane's pushing out. All the positive things I was about to say are now
Radiant's middle
possibly
tower is
not going to
under
be
attack.
positive, as Yawar is going to be alone against the lane pushed out.
Yeah, against Slardar, which is one of the worst heroes because he just runs at you and hits you. And I guess that's maybe one of the reasons that Secret laned the IO down here is because the matchup as Slardar IO versus the ET is probably better than Slardar Disruptor versus the ET.
Yeah.
And they're just going to focus on like pressuring LOA and not let him get anything.
Why are they letting him pull over and over again? I mean, it's interesting to me.
It's single pulse, I mean.
Yeah, but the thing is, if that pull doesn't go off, the lane's going to be at Slardar's tower. But instead, the lane's consistently under Yalwar's tower. And now we get to see Yapsor do some stacking. Or wait, what? Why was he hitting that?
Not sure.
What is he?
Oh, LOA's scouting for the stacks. De-warding, warding.
Radiant's top
That was so
tower
strange.
is
He just
under
like
attack.
aggroed the creeps at like 440. I assumed he was stacking.
Maybe he planted the ward and accidentally accurate it.
Yeah, he just blinded the ward. He just blinded the ward. That's
But he
Yeah,
gets
that's the
6
timing.
first. Yep.
That's a huge thing in this matchup because we actually saw GPK solo kill Leo style when he was the Storm Spear
Yeah.
getting level 6 first. And now it's the opposite.
I don't think it was solo kill.
Oh wait, no, it was
just,
it was a gank, but it was with
like
the
he
help
killed him
of
up here or
of
something.
save. Yeah. Okay. Either way, though, you can tell how volatile this matchup. Holy crap, that's the most value overwhelming odds, other than the one from S4 that we saw that went on Reddit. Did you see that one?
Did he get 2 range creeps or something?
No. He got 4 heroes for 600 damage. Just now, Leslow got 5 creeps with his overwhelming odds.
Plus, I think he hit gyro. Too.
Yeah, he hit the gyro and 5
see,
creeps. That's what I meant by value.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And every creep was like, he got the last hit.
Yeah, he got the last hit on all 5. Yeah. It was a lot of purple plus 38s.
Yeah, that's
and it
nice.
just was very,
That's
very...
the most satisfying thing.
Yes, satisfying. The sound must have been overwhelming for his character. You know,
Yes.
he hears just...
And the odds were definitely against him.
Yes, they were overwhelmingly against him.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you, Guts.
That's Jenkins' contribution.
As soon as I was like, is he going to do it? He's going to do the back to you, Dakota.
I did it, yeah. I've been waiting for that.
Well, Yaps are going to make his way towards mid. It doesn't feel like they've done a whole lot to pressure UR on the carry. If anything, oh, wow, Gyro, he's the one struggling, Matu. 2.3k net worth here out of the laning stage.
Now he's got a bug on him.
Oh,
Nice odds. Ooh, that was a big right click.
The LOA ET, aka SVG, for those of you probably in Twitch chat like his name's SVG. This is kind of his signature hero. He's always been playing this, even when it's been out of meta. He just likes to punch people.
Yeah, and he gets that kill with a windlace. Like, he's running in there without boots. Like, he literally just had a windlace in his image running.
He had a branch.
I think a windlace and a branch.
Yeah, he had a branch.
Okay. God damn. Why?
Up, Yapsor getting dove. We're seeing the momentum from Quinn here. This is what I wanted to see when we saw the draft of the Void Spear come out against the Storm.
And this is so much like the kind of Quincy crew that we've seen during the DPC.
And we would like to see during this event.
Yeah.
Oh, the snipe, MSS. Very nice.
He's killed Courier. Oh, that's so annoying.
TP out too.
No detection. He did have the glimpse. He was in range.
Can you Sakuchi after you TP?
Yep.
That's what he did there.
Yeah, I was testing Jenkins.
No wonder you lost like 10 games in a row on Weaver on stream.
I literally knew that.
I watched you. Everybody was flaming.
I'll
you.
pull up my game. You can go ahead and pull up my game history, and you can
I'm not
shove it.
I'm not gonna. I already did it.
Yeah, he already did it. Okay, we got ourselves another death from Yapsor, helping Nisha secure the rune, which is a DD.
Can Nisha get some kills after this? He gets Quinn, that would be huge for him. And Astral Step comes up half a second too late. So Nisha's got one, he's going to get a second.
Massive.
Big rune pickup.
Yeah, Yapsor, you don't usually call that the Yapsor, you know, sacrificing himself so his core can get a double kill.
Reverse Yapsor.
Indeed. And he's got a big small camp to stack here. That feels good.
My prediction of Nisha being the top net worth. Well, let's see. What's the net worth looking like? All right. He's getting there. With that, Storm is a late bloomer, okay?
Yeah.
It just takes him a while to come online.
You would understand this.
He doesn't even have his boots, ignoring what Brian Cannabis is saying here. He doesn't even have his boots, and when he picks his boots up, he can actually go and gank.
True.
He can get active.
Yeah. As top lane, looks like they're going to be taking the tower. Please wait a minute. My predictions.
Uh-oh.
Please.
We're at 9.
No!
I think you're done.
Y'all are, man. You're in A. Go back to the jungle. What do you... Oh, my God.
Oh, this could be a bit of a distraction for this top tier 1 tower push. Quincy going to defend their bottom tower with a dual initiation to get Zai, and they want more. They got the sleep onto the gyrocopter. Io, not level 6. We see another nice overwhelming odds. Seeker getting overrun here in the bottom lane, as it does look like Quincy maybe overdoing it a bit. Going to lose the ET and go
This
chasing
fight is over.
a little bit for more, and yep, it is over. Over to you,
Radiant's middle tower is under
Brian
attack.
Caravan.
Jenkins did not just start a mispronunciation of my last name consistently.
That was the correct pronunciation.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know what you're
perfect.
talking about.
That's a vehicle.
Yeah, that's not my fault that your parents named you Brian
Vehicle.
Caravan.
Honestly, because the N looks like an R, I've had plenty of people call me Brian Caravan before. So.
Dyer's middle
Not
tower
the one
is
you
under
use though.
attack.
Because you look like a car.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have
He's-
no
he's
idea what
built-
that even means.
He's built
honestly.
thick.
Okay, I'll take that. That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who else is getting kind of thick? Nisha. He's looking real good. Top of net worth on his team. He's popping off. Matumba's going to need some space pretty soon, so we're looking to see this Orchid timing translated into a little bit of space. Maybe some kills somewhere else, and Matumba can hit up the Ancients.
What's his eye got down there? What's he doing?
He's pretty huge too.
He's going blink right
Straight
now,
blink,
so they're
yeah.
going to have a seriously hard power
They might
spike
catch him
of
first.
getting back in this game.
Oh, there's a big smoke.
Trying to sprint away. Oh, he's going for the neutral camp.
Wants it so bad. I've been
Yeah.
here. I've done this. I've done this,
Quinn.
Zai. I understand.
Double astral step with a pull.
You don't have
Have
blink
the
on
follow-up.
Leslo yet. Put the stop.
Nicely done. There's a potential trade here in the mid lane. Secret brings him good damage to the T1 tower, and immediately Quincy's like, no, we're not giving this up for free. But the Siege Wagon, it's falling pretty fast. They glimpse back the ET to the bottom lane.
Yeah, no duel.
He
so
wasn't that far. He's actually just walking away like, okay.
I feel like we're seeing the return of this Legion maxing overwhelming odds. For a while, these Legions were like maxing press the attack. But
Yeah.
level 4 overwhelming odds just does so much damage.
It was so much less cool to go press the attack. It was so much less interesting. Look at his build on Leslau. Helm of Iron Will casual and then into Blade Mail. So he's just maxing armor versus the Slardar.
Yeah, it's just the build in lane. A lot of these offlaners were doing was bring a health, and Legion has really low armor. And
Yeah.
since he elected to go treads, it makes sense. He might even just leave it as a casual Helm of Iron Will.
Yeah, why not? Maybe eventual Armlet, because I am seeing Armlet Blade Mail, surprisingly.
I've seen Armlet with like then blink, then maybe Blade Mail.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what
don't
I've
think
seen.
I've ever seen Armlet Blade Mail as the first two items.
Yeah, maybe like casual Helm of Iron Will into
Blade Mail,
Blade Mail
blink.
Blink, then Armlet.
That's so many items before he's able to do anything. But I guess he does have the Void Spirit that can catch people.
Yeah, the 10 talent on Legion is just so insane.
You talking about the dual talent?
The dual range talent, it's so good. It eliminates
yeah.
her biggest problem.
It is exactly what she needed for sure.
It is what yeah, 100%. As if she wasn't good enough with the Egg Shard giving magic immunity. Oh, there's the Yules.
Quinn a little bit late with the Remnant, allows Puppy to get off the Static Storm, and Quinn, caught by an Electric Vortex, needs an escape, gets bashed, crushed, and brought down.
Looks like he hesitated there.
Yeah. Bit surprised he didn't just, chain the Remnant onto Puppy there.
Maybe his follow-up wasn't quite ready, that he thought was, and he's like, wait a minute, and then he does it late, and at that point it's hard to say. That's pretty detrimental, because you're the guy that's shielding the Terrorblade from getting ganked. As that's going to be coming with the Blink Dagger Slardar and the soon-to-be Orchid on the Storm Spirits. So him dying is going to make so much more space on the map for Matumba Man as mid-tier 1 goes down. And now I don't really know how Quincy Crew gets back out onto the map without that momentum, because Leslau is not the one that's starting things either, right?
Yeah.
Because we've seen his
Especially
item
with this
build.
build.
Oh, no,
He's
no.
going blink.
Look
He's
at
going
that
back for the blink.
adjustment. Okay,
Yeah.
that's actually a really important adjustment, because we're like giving this inner monologue of how it feels to be Quincy Crew with that, what just happened, and Leslau instantly changes his item.
Yeah.
That's like really heads up play by him. I like that a lot.
I think he changed it before that fight, but
No, it happened
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there, right when Quinn was late on the Remnant. He knew.
Yep.
Yeah, at that exact moment.
Yeah.
He's a very
It
toxic
took me like
teammate.
a minute for me, but he knew it right away.
Zai, Puppy's there.
this time around he's going to hit the Remnant with a dual follow-up.
Oh, the
Zai-
glimpse. I love that interaction.
Yeah.
I think you have to go more than 2,500 range on a duel in order to break
that was
the duel.
like, it was such a slight glimpse that it didn't even break.
No, it has to be really far.
It has to be far.
It has to be. I think it's 2,500 range.
2,000
2,000 range.
2,000.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty far. But what happens is you get free pathing. So he like walked over a cliff,
Yeah,
and
you
so
do.
did Disruptor. And it's like, long distance lovers who just have. It's been forever. Nothing will stop them. That's
Yeah,
what it looks like. you know?
some people who casted the major together and finally are getting to reunite on a tri-cast International 10.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Group stage.
back to you, Gods.
I can't relate to that one, unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. That's okay.
No, you're good. Can see why people would look at Zai as a long-lost lover. Some great hair there.
Of course.
And,
It's always the hair.
yeah, it's always there. Two men with gray hair on this TriCast with me as well. But Speaking of things that are not hair.
That's such a good transition.
Farming some ancients.
Such a
I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with this hair.
literally anything.
I'm just like, I need to go anywhere that's not this conversation.
Yeah, you know, the nice thing about Jenkins is he will give you a lot of practice in transitioning back to a normal conversation. Because
You started that.
no, I don't-
Yes, you did. Okay.
Hey, that's what it looked like, all right?
see,
I'm
I
allowed
see.
to reference other things that aren't the Dota game.
All right,
that
why-
especially these people in the chat, they can understand.
Just
you know?
like we've been distracting chat from the game, Yawar's team has actually been distracting Team Secret from what's been going on. He's now found himself as a top net worth in this game.
Full Manta against the Slardar as well as the Orchid,
Radiant
really
structures
important
are
that he beats that
fortified.
Orchid timing just slightly.
Dire's middle
0
tower
0
is
0
under
TB.
attack.
He is like,
That's the freaking dream.
yeah. The hard carry life has been uncontested farming in his jungle. Another kind of poke in. Quinn not really looking to hard commit. I think recognizing that this could become a sticky situation for him. And so he's going to self-Yules, wait for the Sag Storm to wear off. Should be able to get out of this one. MSS going to go zipping his way in there, but they've already lost Quinn to start the fight. Nice duel going to catch out Zai. Is the follow-up damage going to be there? You are getting involved with the Metamorph for the first fight. He's managed to finish off Slardar with the Disruptor, 2 for 2 so far. And Nisha out of mana. MSS with the Spirit Vessel. As going to That's the triple kill. And
What?
that's-
He's
play with-
godlike.
How the hell is he the one that got the first triple kill? He's a support Weaver.
Dude, he's 9-0-1 right now. Do you remember when you said he wasn't a Weaver player?
I said it didn't seem like an MSS
No.
hero.
You said MSS is the worst Weaver I've ever seen.
I did say this, yeah.
And then
You're
I
right.
said he's going to go beyond godlike.
Thanks for holding me accountable.
You're welcome. That's what friends do.
His farm here is really important because the Lotus Orb is so good against the Gyro Rocket. It's so good against the Slardar Amp. It's so good against the Orchid, the Pole. Literally every hero except for Io on Secret has something that Lotus Orb counters.
I thought Quinn getting caught out there was going to be the death of Quincy Crew, but man, MSS was just killing the backlines while all of that was happening.
He's so far. Like having the Spirit Vessel that early, he's now building towards a Lotus Orb. Just the one Spirit Vessel with Max Sakuchi was just causing all kinds of problems.
Listen to my theory on support Weaver.
I kinda have to, but continue.
With Vessel. Okay, listen to this. Very, very good stuff here. So, I feel like what it does is when you have the bug damage plus the Spirit Vessel. Okay, is there something going on here? No,
Quinn just
chill.
simulated
You
a
just chill.
glimpse.
Okay. When you have the combined damage of the two, it's enough that you have to run away from Weaver, which means you can't kill the bug. And so the bug does more damage. It's like this cyclical thing. And I feel like Vessel as an item, especially when you do it to somebody at 100% HP because it's HP based, it's percentage
current
based.
base
Current
HP.
HP, yeah.
Oh, hold that thought. Quincy with a nice smoke, aggressively make way down bottom, but Secret scanned it out, Salt coming. They're still going to lose the Upstairs Io. Doesn't have a buyback, so they could continue to look to take this fight here. Matu with the Rock Barrage to bring down Leslau.
Got dual damage, so.
Yeah. We're now seeing the Rocket Barrage coming back into play for once as Quinn dodges the ball lightning damage. Can he get out of this one? No, there's an Orchid waiting for him. Good counterplay from Secret as they turn things around in the bottom lane. They saw Quincy coming and were ready for it because of that scan.
I respect making aggressive moves like that, but your Terrorblade is so farmed, and what he offers to the game is that whatever lanes he's near are always going to get pushed, and I think will be convenient
Radiant's bottom
rotations.
tower
And he's
is
going to
under
constantly
attack.
push top and mid. And it feels weird that you would have this super farm Terrorblade with Metamorph available, and you're just playing away from him. I don't like that very much at all, especially when you have Weaver Bugs, which are really good at Roche. So you have so much to play for on the top half of the map that just seems like an unnecessary risk where they lose 2 cores to pick off an IO. And if they had successfully escaped, it would have just been a pick off on an IO. Like, it's not like they would have translated that into anything. So
Didn't you say earlier today that Quincy Crew did a similar thing where they walked up high ground trying to farm the enemy triangle when they were already consuming
yeah,
80% of the map?
they did do that.
They have like a little bit of a greed situation going on in TI.
I think it's the opposite of greed. I think they're trying to be more aggressive.
Oh, they're trying to
than-
do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
When I feel like an NA, knowing them as a team, what I described as like my thought process is generally what theirs would be. So maybe they don't feel confident in what they brought into this tournament, and they're like trying to step outside their comfort zone and say, okay, a lot of these other teams are being much more invasive. Let's do that too. That's kind of like, it just doesn't look like them, you know? That last play was like, okay, they got the IO, but what are they actually doing here objectively speaking?
Yeah.
'Cause in NA, so many of the moves are farm objective oriented. You know, a lot of kills in like the Eastern European and Western European scene. They're just running at you for the sake of shutting you down. But that's not really NA style, so it's kind of interesting to see them attempt it. But
And Secret notoriously is a team that will, you give them an inch, they take a mile.
Follow-up's coming. The Static Storm's there, so he can't get off the Remnant. Nisha, though, gets hit by the Stomp. Is there going to be a duel? Doesn't look like Legion's going to make his way in just yet. Comes a little bit too late with the blink on cooldown. And Quincy unable to connect and get the kill on the Storm, but they'll get the Disruptor, a consolation prize.
meanwhile, Io Gyro's farming.
They're chilling, yeah.
Slardar's pushing mid. That's totally worth it for Secret, I think. Unless they can turn this into a Roche on Quincy Crew. That would make it worth it, because the lane's not close enough to the tier 2 in order to turn that objective. It seems like Quinn's a bit disconnected from the team. You know, he tried to go for that Yule's play earlier, and then he hesitated and got killed. And then he went for catching the Storm there, but the one hero he needs, the Legion, wasn't quite close enough.
Reload with the Storm initiation. Leslau gets caught out and brought down.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to watch Quincy Crew that closely because we haven't really casted them, but I don't know why they're making the moves they're making. This is a good move. You know, they saw the relocate top, so they're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
This is good. I like this.
But Secret during that also, they forced the fortification on the bottom tier 2. So now if there is any Roshan trade, which will often happen whenever you're playing on the dire side, they can actually get the tier 2 for that, which is not a bad trade. It means the outpost is opened up, and with an Io Gyro, it means you can always take over this bottom area and then relocate, which is exactly what they did. But it's much easier to do that with less heroes and less wards.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see Slardar and Storm consistently play top because you have the relocation of the Gyro eventually, and they have Slardar and an Ags Gyro. They could do Roche too. Both teams Roche quite fast if they commit enough heroes to do so. We see an Ags coming out from Nisha. It's super early. Yeah.
Four melee heroes on Quincy. I mean, I suppose TV's not exactly a melee hero, but
I think it's similar to the idea of like why Ravage is pretty good against Weaver, because Weaver's like casting abilities are really low range, and especially if he ever goes for that Ags himself, he's not. But similar idea to the Lotus, he needs to be close to his teammates.
Yep, for sure.
This is the Roche play, Smoke, I think.
Yeah, he just his BKB. We'll see if they go into Roche. We'll try to take a fight first. Looks like they want to go at least high ground for an Observe Award.
Yeah, this is a good ops.
Quincy a little bit afraid, or maybe thinking Smoke play themselves. They scan it. They see Secret were there, but then they also see them not in the pit. So they have a pretty good idea of where Secret might be.
Huh, this is interesting. So Secret's wrapping around from their smoke, realizing that Quincy is probably counter-smoking. They're just going to sit on a high ground.
Yep, it's all about Roche. Both teams do it so fast, and they feel comfortable doing it, so they're aware on both sides.
Zai with his BKB. This is perfect positioning.
Quinn, he just goes jumping in. Zai, BKB looks to turn this one around. Quinn in all sorts of trouble. Where's the save? It's not there in time. Leslar couldn't do it. He does get a dual kill under the Storm, but he pays the price of his own life. Goes down in the process, and not sure Quincy can get more. Just perhaps a bit too aggressive from Quinn, just kind of jumping onto the high ground there.
I think that's honestly not a bad trade for Quincy.
They used Metamorph, man. I think
Well,
when
they
Metamorph
did use Meta,
when it goes down, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna kill Roche.
That's
on
true.
Secret.
That's true.
Does he still has he has no BKB
No,
on
there's
the
no, there's no
man.
BKB on any of the Secret heroes right now. So
Pretty sure they still just go hit Roche.
Yeah, having no BKB on Gyro Slaughter could be problematic.
Your BKBs will be back before Yawar's
Metamorph.
Metamorph,
Yeah.
and then also Storm's going to be 400 gold off of his Ags.
that's true.
So they'll probably wait like 45 seconds to a minute, and then maybe just smoke again. Zai's going to get his resources back as he very low HP. BKB's coming up in 15 seconds. I'm expecting quick farm from Nisha into smoke. See what they do.
And then Io Gyro, of course, can just be bot pressuring, maybe force some sort of split, makes that fight even better. Oh, they relocated bot, actually. Okay, well.
Yeah, no, that's the
Kinda
whole
same
idea. Is
thing.
exactly what you
Same
just
thing.
said, though. Is they don't want to go back bottom. They want to play around Roche, so they're going to do this quick move to top after just they wanted to push that one wave, which is going to force MSS bottom. And even though we are hyping up MSS, he isn't the hero you want to be godlike, right? Like
No, not
you
with-
want it to
not
be
with the items he's
Quinn or
building. Yeah.
Terrorblade. He's not going to win the game that way.
No, he can kill the supports, but he's never going to kill Matamba. He's never going to kill Nisha. And Zai at this point, too, with the BKB, is really not afraid of him.
Good news for Quincy, perhaps his ET is a great hero to delay this Roche, but instead of going for Roche, they're just going to go jumping on in. They find Quinn again. Yule Scepter is there to keep him alive a little bit longer, but it's not enough. And Leslau goes for a duel, but he loses it. 20 bonus damage going the way of Zai now. And Secret can just walk themselves in the Roshan pit. That was the fight without Metamorph, exactly as you guys called it. BKBs will come up before meta, and Secret will want to fight, and they do just that.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm somewhat fulfilling my job description.
You know, it's funny because Insania Prime actually mentioned when we were watching another Secret game, he said that Secret is extremely good at playing off of these tiny windows and cooldowns, where like there's a small window where you don't have Ravage, but they do have their cooldowns, and they're like the best team for taking those windows of opportunity. And here it is happening, and gets them the lead.
Yeah, I feel like I might have just walked back into Roche knowing they didn't have meta, and it was really cool to see their patience there. They waited the 40 seconds where all of their stuff was back.
The way Insania was describing it was like it's frustrating to play against them because they won't give you that. They won't give you the opportunity to like potentially fight. They'll wait until it's like perfect for them, and then they'll do it.
That's just like, didn't Quincy crew kind of see that coming? Did they really think they could fight it with no Metamorph? I think that's a situation where if you're killing a tier 2 tower with illusions and then like know they're roshing or something, like maybe Yawar could have gone bottom earlier, you know, because if he predicts what Secret's going to do to some extent, he could be creating pressure elsewhere and maybe get a trade out of it rather than just instantly having to fight them with no Metamorph. So I think that was a combination of Secret being on point with their timing, but also Quincy kind of playing into it.
It's that Roche anxiety, dude. You know, you have to be so careful when there's Slardar and a Medallion on the other
But
team.
the thing is, if you know they can just walk in and take it and there's nothing you can do about it, you kind of just have to let them have it.
Oh, that's
It felt like it was the let's try and delay them, and
with the
the problem was Secret had a ward here. So Secret with Storm, they see one hero.
That's
and
a really
Storm's
good
just
point.
like,
That ward from the smoke earlier.
Yeah. If not for that ward, I don't think Secret just can't make that.
Yeah,
point
you're
jump.
right.
Yeah.
Because then the
Good
initial
call.
like storm jump doesn't happen, and that's what makes the whole fight look so awful for Quincy crew, is the fact that Storm gets that easy jump on Quinn.
Yeah, I think Quinn needs a BKB. He's going Ags.
Yeah.
And the problem is there's a couple times where he's gone in and gotten saved by Lelis, or Leslau, but he's in the static storm. So for the
Doesn't
next
do
3 or 4
anything,
oh, but the shard. Yeah. We mentioned the shard earlier, but I didn't consider that you can walk out of the static storm with the shard. That's pretty huge. It's only 2 seconds of magic immunity, but that's plenty.
Yeah, it is.
And I think if he had that in those last few fights, things could have gone a little bit better for him. But
yeah, he's not having any
Better late
impact
than
in these
never.
fights. He's getting bursted at the start.
Yeah.
Both fights, the one at the dire high ground there, and that one.
Quincy feel like this could be go time. They get the shard, they get the Ag Scepter on Quinn. Considering initiation,
Thought about
Leslau, yeah. Pop the blade mail.
With Puppey, I feel like you just never know if it's a bait, though. He's so willing to run in and just die and buy back, and then the fight looks awful for you. He's like one of the worst players to try to jump on to start a fight.
Yeah, this Disruptor shard is so popular now. People are just going Solar Crest on
It's
Disruptor.
huge. It's
yeah,
massive.
It's because the shard, they just go Solar Crest too, and you're just like a buffer somehow.
Yeah.
As a Disruptor. Never thought I'd see that hero played that way.
Veil as well, it's like a large degree is buffing your team. You know, Storm Spirit and Gyro damage.
Like the buff alone feels good, but then you consider like this AoE damage from Thunderstrike as well. Like that adds up very quickly.
And also there's 2 talents that make it do more damage. More ticks, more damage.
He actually skipped talents entirely. He's
Radiant's
holding the
bottom
point.
tower is under attack.
Yeah. Gets the Static Storm duration.
He has I'm pretty sure he has the point at 15, right? Am I crazy?
He took the 15 talent, but he doesn't have
Oh yeah, he took the 15 talent, right?
Yeah,
You
once he hits level
manually-
16, we'll find out what he does.
You manually click it and you get it, yeah. Connect field cooldown's pretty nice. I mean, especially if you're scouting high ground wards like that.
But you would shard, you gotta take the damage.
I agree.
Gotta go to the damage and the ticks talent at level 20.
So looking for a creep wave. It's gone on here.
Oh.
Doesn't have a good defensive tool, and he's just going to die. I don't think he was ready for that. Zai comes jumping in, but too little, too late. They've already lost
No,
Nisha,
Astral
Storm, and
Steps.
Quinn. Got to be careful. Press the attack helps him out, but yeah, without the Astral Steps, he gets right-clicked down. This is just not being Quinn's game as Quincy try and
Dire's
play
top
around this
tower
high ground
is
here. They
under
have got
attack.
Metamorph, but I think they probably know if they pop it, Secret can easily disengage.
I really hope Yawar does not go Butterfly here. I think he needs a Daedalus. I think his job this game is to kill somebody in like 2 seconds. And it's just a weird patch. As a carry player, a lot of people are on the Dusas, the Terrorblades, these illusion heroes. They're just going Scotty Daedalus. Those are kind of like the best items right now. And I can understand how he wants to be defensive against these 3 right-clicking cores. But I think he needs to kill Secret before Secret kills his teammates, not before they kill him.
Yeah, old Matamba's got his Daedalus. He's doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, and you either go Daedalus Scotty or Daedalus Satanic. That seems like the build right now on most of these hard carries. And Gyro is obviously a Satanic candidate. But we'll see. He's going Halberd on Zai. No status resistance other than the Titan Sliver on Terrorblade. So it will be a pretty long duration Halberd since he's a ranged hero in Metamorph.
How does it work if you halberd him before he metas?
It's just you treat him as a melee. Whatever you are when the halberd proc goes off. No items on LOA.
I think he was probably bring one out now.
Wants to go Lotus, maybe?
He's got Vambrace.
He wants to go Lotus with that, I have to imagine, but I don't think they need 2 Lotuses. I wouldn't have minded just a Solar Crest of his own. Just armor. It's an armor game. Both teams have a lot of minus armor. Weaver, ET.
Casual Playmail's not bad.
Poke in, Matu. Hit by the Spirit Vessel as MSS gets saved by the press the attack. Now they're going to go for a duel on the top side of this puppy. Unable to static storm. That is a good target. Just taking out the utility, and they've also found the storm. Nisha, without the defensive tool, going for the Ags means he's got no BKB or anything. They're
looking.
Wow, that was close.
Was that close?
That was extremely close, in my opinion.
Yeah, in your opinion, it was close.
In your opinion, it was as well.
Yeah, it was. As he does commit to the butterfly on the TV, so he's playing much more for his own game. I don't hate it. It just seems like that's fallen out of favor, and it's hard to exactly articulate why. But hits the level 20, takes the Conjure Image talent as well. No way to really destroy illusions on the Dire other than Disruptor Glimpse, which is a pretty long cooldown. You don't have like a Lion or a Pugna or anything like that. That insta-kills the illusions.
I suppose if he gets the butterfly, it means that Matumba's next slot is probably going to be an MKB instead of a Scotty.
I don't think it is, to be honest. I think Terrorblade has to be the last one to die.
Think so?
Yeah, I think because you have Slardar and everyone else dies so fast, if you manage to catch them, that the best way to play Gyro would maybe be like a Silver Edge. I think that would be cool. Just like, it's like a damage item.
Even with the Daedalus?
Yeah, I don't think stacking crits is that bad.
It's, yeah, allegedly, I mean, I don't understand the math because I'm an idiot, but apparently it's much better than it was before with the
yeah, the pseudo-random change or whatever they did to it makes it much more consistent damage.
You're not just getting,
output.
like, wasted crits.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like a little bit of mirroring on the map going on right now. Roche, what are we looking at the spawn time of Roche? 24 seconds it starts. May respawn in 24 seconds, so both teams are going to be incredibly aware of that. I like that Quincy was playing bottom prior to this window, and now Yawar's rotated to the top half in order to set up for the Roshan.
I'm sure they'd love to start getting some vision up in that part of the map. Secret come over knowing that Quincy were in their area. This sentry just out of range. Oh.
He is going for the MKB.
You know, I wonder if IO's win rate is higher on Dire, because that means that your team can play top around the Roche area. I know that Dire's win rate is quite a lot. It's like 43% or something, which is
been like that for a
compared
while,
to Radiant.
Feels like,
Yeah, but in TI10, like it's like being Dire is much worse.
Dire for you.
Yeah, it's really rough. It's rough out there.
Radiant are scanning.
Like Puppy's scouting out by himself, trying to get
What
a ward up.
a maniac! Oh my god!
The thing is, can they really go on? Can they really go on him? Because they don't.
They don't
see
know.
The rest
They
of
don't
Secret.
know.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That is so funny.
Dire's top tower is
What
under
a
attack.
Chad!
It's just bluffing.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, he
It's
may
like
have to.
my whole team is with me, but realistically, they were nearby, but they would not have been able to save Puppy.
They couldn't pop the DD. I mean, they don't see that he did this.
He saw Puppy there. He's just going to jump in and look for the quick kill. With the pull, 1 or 2 more right clicks. There's going to be a dual kill. That's a lot, though. When he gets helped out by the pressy attack, an insta buyback from Puppy. Looks like he planned this one out. They get the nice ET splitter off. You are in the front lines with the BKB Terrorblade. He needs a target, though. He's being kited.
He got halberded before
Yeah.
he BKB'd it.
No damage being dealt throughout his entire BKB duration as Quinn re-engages, but he gets deleted before any follow-up can even come in. As LOA's ET forces Self-Lotus trying to run and get the hell out of there. Quinn going to buy back and try and force this fight. They've got to get something with this Metamorph, but it ain't happening.
Yeah, this seems so awkward for
Oh, MSS.
that's a nice save.
Nice.
But he's Sakuchi
nice
first.
bait.
He's Sakuchi first.
Yep. No Sakuchi,
Oh my
so
god. That's a
it's gonna
godlike
go down.
streak.
Instantly buys back. They want to force this fight. Secret, though, I think that's 3 buybacks now being used on the Quincy side.
Another
As
Jewel.
Jewel comes back up, he's got a lot of bonus damage. And Puppy going to go down once again, up to plus 150. The pull going to catch Zai. He gets Remnant back in, and he's going to go down to the ET punch. The chase is on. This Gyro, as farmed as he is, unable to kind of keep Quincy at bay. And oh, okay, yeah, he can.
He was still amped.
Yep. Natu absolutely shredding through that Quinn Void Spirit, who dies back there essentially. You are in the front lines, doesn't have Sunder, he already committed it, and Matu with the BKB may finish off LOA. One more right click, can he get it? Finds him in the trees. And now with the Spirits, they know where MSS is, but it's a Weaver, so it doesn't look like they'll chase.
Roche is up as well, so this is a really important engagement win for Secret. When it's looked like they were not winning because there were 5 heroes alive from Quincy crew and only 3 remaining from Secret, but if I had to choose 3 heroes to be alive for Secret, it would be the 3 that are. Like if I'm the Secret fan here. The IO keeps the Gyro strong, and the Storm Spirit will offer them the catch that will keep Quincy crew hesitant from wanting to commit because the Axe separate pull. They have the Shard, probably give it to Nisha.
It was such a long fight. There was double BKBs, double Jewels, 5 flax. Gyro did 17,000 hero damage.
Yeah. It's another one of those weird fights where it looks kind of even. I mean, obviously Quinn dying back is a real issue, but really the meta being down is like why that Roche was possible. It's like Yawar is just not a hero without this.
I'll just critique because it's what I see here. I think Yawar needs to buy a Blink. I think Quinn is constantly looking for pickoffs to start the fight, and it feels like the issue is that him and Yawar are never going to... Oh!
He does not have the Aegis.
Okay. Nisha.
Obliterated. Can be forced to sunder his teammate. Yawar needs to get out of here. Gyrocopter's just getting massive at this point.
Yeah, that was a relocate in, so they're just going to be able to push or take the bottom half of the map now because they already took the tower.
Both mid laners really struggling to stay alive.
I was about to say that.
We've been commenting a lot on Quinn and like some of he's going in and dying, but it's been a very similar story for Nisha.
Yeah, the thing is that Quinn was the one that had a really good start.
Yeah.
And I think it's costing them a lot more that he's the one dying in these fights as opposed to Nisha's deaths are... It doesn't seem like he's as important to his team. Not because he's like a worse player or anything. Just if we're looking at the way fights are playing out, I don't think Nisha like has to be alive, even though it's nice because he's got the Axe pull. They don't really have any catch once Duel is used and Quinn is dead.
Oh,
right?
what do you think of this, Brian? The Silver Edge on Yawar instead of Daedalus.
It is like a hybrid between the Blink and the Daedalus. Like it's a little bit of making sure you connect to your teammates and a little bit of damage, right? It's not all in on either concept. So like I think I would have chosen Swift Blink but I know exactly what he's thinking and I don't mind it. The only issue is there's no really great breaks on the Secret side. I don't think you could break Side Gunner. I think it will come out no matter what because it's a part of Flak. Which is an active spell, but I'm not actually sure on that. Do you know, Jenkins?
I'm not sure. My gut is saying you can for some reason. I feel like there was a Reddit thread on that at some point.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Feel free to tweet at us, guys.
It's a weird mechanic.
Radiant's middle tower has
Okay, so did we see what did Matumba Man go? He did go the MKB.
Yeah, he
I
was
thought he
MKB.
might have gone like Rapier or something.
Going butter. And of course, no MKB from Yawar. No slot for it as well, especially if he wants the Satanic.
I'd like to see him also buy the Axe Shard.
He just did.
Terrorblade.
Oh, they're in Gyro.
Yeah, no, on Terrorblade. Because the Axe Shard now, they buffed it on Terrorblade to Dispel. So you can use that to get rid of the Crow's Case without investing anything.
For now, at least.
For 3 levels, yeah.
At some point, that crazy level 25.
The
spell
Slithering
delays.
Crushed Talon, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I don't even know what the other talent is. to
Have
be
you
honest.
ever done the level 20 talent, level 25 Slithering Crush talents? It's pretty insane.
That doesn't
Just
sound too
saying.
bad. Yeah.
It's a lot of damage. Once you get the shard with it, since your shard makes your stun apply, amplify damage.
Both teams taking a tier 3 tower, and neither team really committing to any kind of a defense here. Range Rack's going to go down top to TV Illusion as Gyrocopter. Oh, got a little antsy there. Thought something was coming and dropped a Static Storm just to cover Matu. I believe probably because Zai was showing top, they wanted to make sure they played it safe down bottom.
Yeah, both teams just kind of barely getting away without Raxing there. I mean, Quincy did get a Rax top, but I feel like if you're Secret, that probably is the right play to back off there.
Deny it, Quinn.
Just because you know he wants it.
It's
8
right
HP.
there, dude.
Yeah.
It's right there, dude.
You get gold for it, right?
No.
You don't get
You
gold?
don't get
it's
gold,
just
but
for the
it
memes.
puts your name on the screen.
Okay, I see. That's worth it.
Which is really, yeah.
You get gold for towers, right?
Yes.
Whatever extra
Denying
gold.
towers, yes. There's been a lot of random reworks of denying towers, but now it is that whatever the bounty of the tower is, you cut it in half for the team that got the tower, and the half that they lost goes to the other team. So it effectively nets you 0 gold to get a tower denied against you.
That's dope. You should deny towers. That sounds really good.
And Rax.
Yeah, Rax especially. Rax especially.
Style points play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how often does a team walk away and your ranged Rax, which doesn't heal, is at 8 HP? Like, how often do you get to stare at this? Like,
That's true.
like, what if you just accidentally right-click it, you know?
Well, the
just walking by.
enemy team is just funny because there are these like lull periods in Dota. Imagine you're just kind of farming a jungle camp, some ogres, and then it's like Quinn has denied the ranged barracks. That comes up on the screen. You're like, that must be a glitch.
Yeah, I mean, if you want some Dota Plus shards, they would 100% tip you if you did that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Secret smoked up, that might be a little bit more relevant than what we're talking about here.
He's going to get a nice
3-man
crush, 3-man crush maybe. MSS in the neighborhood, but LOA just dies so freaking fast. Quinn gets bashed now as well. Astral Step in a couple of seconds, but he's got no... Oh, he gets helped out by the time lapse, but he still goes down. The Astral Stepping on cooldown there, man. Puppy was able to get a Static Storm off, and Secret, neither of these heroes have buyback.
Quinn will have it in 40 seconds, so he's not dead for the entire time.
Yeah.
Theoretically, could matter if something happens in the last 20 seconds of his death, but I don't know, this lack of BKB on Quinn's making me a little nervous because I think you just need one. I think it's so hard
Honestly,
to play Dota right now.
at this point, I don't even think it matters. Like, Matumba is just doing so much damage, and it's all just pure right clicks. I think Quinn's game is just insanely hard.
Yeah, I think falling behind this game against Slardar.
Gyro.
The problem is that you have to be point blank range
Yeah,
on Void
that's the
Spirit
issue.
to do anything.
Yep.
And we saw last fight.
Oh, that's pretty
Dual
good.
in with the blade mail, but not enough damage.
The break!
Earth Splitter coming out, but the Gyro kept alive for now.
Got reloads.
That was a
Yep.
nice save. That was a really
Very well done to
Okay,
get him out of there.
This is setting up for future, though, because we gave him some dual damage. That blade mail is going to kill him even faster next time.
really genius.
Yeah, plus 30. This Legion, I mean, I can see why he thought maybe it was possible with the plus 180 dual damage he's accrued, but wasn't enough.
Yeah, Yapsor is just a little too quick. And then also with the Slardar, like the amplification, you almost always are going to win like a 1v1 man fight. Any carry versus any carry with the Slardar. Just too much armor.
Well, not the outcome Quincy were hoping for.
Ag Scepter on Slardar. One of the best Ags in the game.
Another fight where you are Pop's meta, it just feels like they don't have the lockdown to really, for him to hit anyone. I think that's where, you mentioned the Swift Blink. It does feel like he needs a way to just be able to hit people. He swaps out and gets spider legs now. I think he's recognizing that he's getting kited.
He's got the MKB. He's going to have it. He's probably not going to save for buyback. There's a double damage rune top that Secret sees. Perhaps they'll relocate to it at some point.
Secret just walk in, get the bottom lane of Rax. That's 2 lanes of Rax now. 70k gold lead. This game, it's pretty even for a while, but all of a sudden Secret looking way better than Quincy crew.
Wait, do they see that?
That is just out of range. Now they see it. Now they see it. Okay.
It looked like on the minimap that they saw
It is, yeah, just out of range with this board that Puppy put on the high ground here.
I think the rune show it on the minimap in Fog for observers.
Yeah, it just looked like the
does, yeah.
circle from the red dot. You know, it looked like it overlapped it, but it didn't.
Radiant are
They could
scanning.
probably just run down mid on Secret, and I'm sure they're well aware of this, but they are the type of team that will just get a stranglehold on the game and wait for Roche. Sit Puppey on a high ground just like this. And, of course, naturally, Puppey has buyback. This is what he does. He's never a good kill. It's very annoying to play against him.
Not that you would know that.
So to speak, of course.
Yes, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Imagining from the enemy team's perspective
Yes.
when we watch professional Dota.
Of course.
He's very elusive. He's got Trickster Cloak as well as Ghost Scepter. He's not even an easy kill at this point.
Yeah.
'Cause they've got 4 right-clickers on Quincy crew. Like, actually 5 right-clickers.
Secret. Oh, they got the glimpse on Quinn, who gets Presti attacked.
Oh,
Well
that's
timed.
interesting. I didn't think about that.
The timing on that. If Leslie was on Brazilian ping to NA, that would not
Yeah.
that would not be happening. There'd be some sorries in the chat wheel going
Do you
on.
think ping is a hindrance to Leslie, meaning like having no click?
Oh, mid lane.
the
duel.
cast range.
Yeah, and the Earth Splitter follow up with this time the TP has a target he can hit, and they bring down the Gyro, who is going to force a buyback. Once the fight as the Axe Vortex catches out the entire Quincy team, TP needs to get a Sunder off. Who's he going to go for? Finds an enemy finally. It's Puppey. Not the best target, but it's still a target, and it's one on the enemy team as Zai getting chomped away at by UR. TB finally finding himself a good fight where heroes are kind of in position and in place for him to actually attack.
But we might see the same thing that we saw before, where they don't have Metamorph, and they can't fight.
That Roche.
It dies very fast.
That was like 6 seconds, I would say. Maybe even less.
Free Ag Scepter for the Dire squad.
Oh, Matumba sold his Ags
He took that one.
and took that one. Yeah, he bought Boots of Travel, and then he took the Ags from Roche.
That's clever.
That is cool.
They must have scouted Roche prior, or do you think he gambled it up?
I think Puppey took the eggs.
Oh, did he take the Ags?
Or maybe he...
Oh, you're right. He took the Ags. I'm very
It sounded way cooler what you were
yeah,
saying,
that did
Jaggers. I
sound-
understand why you were trying
So
to...
he ate the Ags. He ate it. He just had a ton of gold then. He had enough for buyback.
Yeah.
Ags consumable. Travels.
He had like 6k with the Aeon Disc queued up, and
Okay,
he didn't buy the Aeon Disc, so yeah, he was just full.
Radiant's middle tower
Weaver, by
is
the way,
under attack.
refresher. What happened there? Did he,
Double bugs.
oh, he got the refresher for someone on his team, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. As we're going to see a Blink Fuel in once again. They want to get this Gyro. That would be a dieback, and the Earth Split is there. That's going to be the Aegis first. They've got to kill him a second time. Can they do it with the buyback from Leslie? The pull catches Martu on the respawn. Is there going to be a relocate out? He gets the silence on the IO, stopping the relocate, but Martu's just too damn strong. Holding his ground, taking out Quinn's Void Spread as the Storm goes jumping on the back lines, catching a couple
Gets
of
sundered.
Slept.
Oh, sleep on Anisha. Anisha gets caught by a Remnant. He goes down.
He's going to buy back.
And I think Io Gyro have to be thinking about a retreat here, maybe. They glimpse Quincy back, and oh, that was the refresher being bought out in the enemy secret shop for UR.
That was clever.
Yeah.
Put it back in your inventory. It takes twice as long to come back off.
I don't, do you
Right
admit-
now? No, don't do that.
I'm glad you had the same thought as me, Chick. I was like,
My
are you
God.
serious?
Put it back in. Look at how slowly it ticks down. It hurts. That's like, it's going to be like 5 minutes before he gets his refresher again. It's so much mana regen,
The
dude.
only thing worse would be if he was doing it in the dead lane. That would just be the worst possible thing.
Yeah.
In the dead lane while dangling.
Yes, of course. Don't dangle. No dangling. One Rax
well,
left.
yeah, one lonely building.
That's a dangle, isn't it? One Rax
The
left.
Rax?
It's kind of a dangle.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, oh, come on. You don't just get to invent terms and then change them years later.
It has been years, Jesus.
Yeah, it has been.
It's
What
really
have you done
crazy.
with your life?
Yeah, I know.
Brian Canaban.
Canaban.
Did I actually get it right?
Yeah, Canaban is perfect.
Canaban this.
He's going Wind Waker, by the way, on Puppey. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's dope for the duel.
That'll be very, very nice. This is a, I feel like there is a condition now for Quincy, though. They have no buyback on Gyro. Theoretically, this next 5 minutes is where they maybe have one of the higher chances to actually somehow pull off a crazy comeback. Once those buybacks
scanning.
come back, I think things get a whole lot harder for them.
You know, I was talking about Quinn, like, perhaps trying to build a bit more survivable, going for the BKB, and he's gone the complete opposite route, which I dig. Quinn's got a Dagon 4.
Oh, old Tumby. He's got the rapier.
Then we have 2 rapiers?
Two
We have
rapiers.
2 rapiers, one on Terrorblade as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is it.
This
is
is getting
the
spicy.
final showdown.
He sold the butterfly, by the way, so I could have told you he was going to regret that butterfly purchase.
Yeah, so only one butterfly. Both people have MKBs, so it doesn't matter who has one.
The Satanic seems important in this matchup between the two. Here.
Tell us why, Jenkins.
I feel like old Tumby, old WASD boy, or sorry, arrow keys user boy, is able to just stand there and man fight. And against a Terrorblade, you know, usually you can't really do that, but Satanic versus no Satanic, I mean, it's just too busted of an item.
Can we look at the Tumble Man real quick?
Yeah, of
What's
course.
his armor? He's actually got. You usually think of Terrorblade as like an insanely high armor hero, but he has legit like 40 agi from items. Like he has 6 slotted, like no agi. So
Yep.
he's only got 36 armor.
Yeah.
See Puppy here. This is a level 25 plus Larder, so no more dispelling this corrosive haze. Puppy getting so low, but they just don't have that last bit of damage, nor can they commit.
If he dies there, it would be pretty big because he's not going to get that Wind Waker this game. Because he's probably going to have to buy back.
You know he wants to die though. It's
No,
it's,
he wants the
He
Wind
does.
Waker.
It's Puppy.
He wants the Wind
It's
Waker.
Puppy. He wants to die. This man lives to die.
You do have to be alive in order to die, so that's a good point.
I
They're
read that
smoking up.
somewhere.
And this is with these buybacks still in cooldown.
5-man smoke. Let's go. Cheese on Slardar. Rapier's secret running. Few words.
Secret
do
just-
trick.
They just know.
I think they saw that observer board being placed, right, with the sentry. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, they definitely
So
know
they-
after that.
Yeah.
Dagon. MSS is queuing up a Dagon.
This has, you know, EGE home vibes, getting all the multiple Dagons.
It does.
Good times.
Dagon or Dagon?
Dagon.
Dagon.
Dagon. Dagon.
Yeah, Dijon mustard.
Hell yeah. Brian Cannabis eats Dijon mustard on its own for dinner. He told me that.
Yeah, he did.
That's a bit weird of you. Brian Callahan.
That was a good one. That's funnier than all of Jenkins.
Alright, let's relax.
Wait, so real quick, you know that net worth prediction at the end of the game? It's getting spicy. look at the top net worths.
It is.
And they both have rapiers.
I mean, I'm wrong.
Well, someone's gonna pick up.
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
rapier,
say it
so-
could just be Io.
It could be
At the
anyone.
end-
Yeah,
at the
it could
end
be anyone here.
Dude, look at Puppy's net worth. What's going on?
He did get the Ag Scepter from
Yeah,
Roche, which
that's
counts
true.
as 6K
He's a big boy.
because it counts as like the synthesis,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is a big deal because it inflates his net worth, so his buyback is more.
Does that happen? Really?
It does, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness.
It does work that way.
Buyback costs 1,800.
Yeah, it's expensive.
He has got the reliable gold for it though.
Yeah, I believe Jenkins did make a video on reliable or unreliable gold. I saw that. I learned a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that from one content creator to a pro player.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm sorry, Insania made that.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
you did. Very good player. Team Bald Slayer.
They haven't even played.
Yes, of course I did. I'm Insania. Kind of just chilling now. Both
What-
sides okay with just waiting and taking some
Yeah.
rapier fight.
Is it all about Roshan or Quincy even just thinking we're just gonna play high ground?
I'm kind of down for like the wait 10 minutes each and each get a backup rapier and buyback.
Yeah,
Well-
the buybacks and backup rapier for sure.
Yeah.
The Aegis like barely matters because they don't even have the slots.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
lose the fight because you only have 5 items.
Yeah, you would
Yes.
respawn into like immediately die because your thing's backpacked.
The other thing, you know, we don't want to say it too loudly, is neutral items, tier 5. 60 minutes approaching.
should
Ballista.
just chill on. I just want to avoid that. Maybe maybe like 2 or 3 minutes from now. Set a reminder. We'll go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, let me put my alarm clock.
Yeah, put on your iPhone 3.
Yes, it's my iPhone 3. Okay, it's 6:59 right now. For 7:02.
You are. Settle down.
Ooh,
settle
Arcane
down.
Rune on Nisha. That's a big rune to get at this point.
Oh, yeah. He's still got, room to grow. He's still got that item slot, too. Pick something up in
Did
these
Puppy
upcoming
finish
fights.
the Wind Waker?
He has not yet. He does not have enough for
He
that
doesn't have
and
a buyback.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you guys remember the patch where Storm Spirits were building like 4 Bloodstones when they actually stacked?
I remember that, yeah.
Did you know leaving a bottle in your inventory was more efficient than a 5th Bloodstone or like a 6th Bloodstone? Because the base regen from it that you amplify with the 200% is like way more than a single Bloodstone can
Oh, yeah, okay.
give you. Yeah, so like Bottle late game is unironically extremely good on Storm Spirit if you care about like raw regen.
Okay.
It's very good.
He's got the Timeless Relic. Lincoln's would be a big purchase just because it makes Matumba Man's life easier against the duel.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
The
Yapsor.
Deso.
He's got that attack tether talent, and with the Deso, he's gonna get a Satanic at some point.
Yeah, you got to look at this build.
he's
You got to
queuing-
put that into Reddit and see who built those items.
He's queuing
Hold
up
that thought.
an F.
Here they come. They want to go high ground. Roshan's come back up. They get the Blink Duel. It's going to be onto Puppy. He's got that buyback, though. And Lelis, he's going to lose the duel. Puppy comes out on top. You don't fight this man. We've all seen the videos and we know what happens. And Team Secret, you don't fight this team. They're just getting demolished. LOA will be the last to fall. Looks like they're even relocating after him. That fight wasn't even close.
I saw Yapsor.
And they lost the rapier. I don't know what happened to it, but it's somewhere.
Yapsor hit you hard. Gyros too, yeah. I don't. This is tough. That's 45k.
He sold his refresher orb after using it.
for another rapier. You know what? Maybe.
Is this Courier going to make it in time? Because Quinn has no buyback. And his buildings will die in a matter of like 8 seconds.
Yeah, this is This is.
It looks like
desperation.
maybe MSS is going to go pick it up in TPA. It looks like MSS is going to bring it back.
He's got a blink dagger.
Yeah, MSS is playing
I don't
second
think you can
courier.
do that. I don't think you can do that with rapiers.
Oh, you're right.
I
Yeah.
think you
Radiant's
maybe
middle tower is under
can't. Oh no, he's back.
Oh, my alarm clock's going off.
Oh, he did set. He really.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
really,
yeah.
he really
Okay,
set.
so we're nearing the point of neutral items if we get there.
I think Parker already jinxed it.
Yeah, I messed up.
Yeah, it's okay.
We will only hold it
Save,
against you
yeah,
off
we'll
camera.
save for game two.
You don't get to eat tonight, but other than that, you're.
Oh, Blink Jewel. Can they kill Matsu? The damage is just
The
too
Wind
much
Waker.
with the haze. And oh no, Quincy. They just get deleted by this overwhelming physical damage.
How was I supposed to know MSS was going to have the first one? My predictions were way off.
We were
right about
one
the
for four.
runes.
Yeah, you got Quincy crew.
We were about the
That's a guaranteed W though when it's Quincy crew.
Yeah. That's just such a demoralizing, and I really think Quincy Crew should have won this game. Those mid-game movements that they kind of gave up map control to an IO lineup, and I feel like it's really hard to get it back after that. And it just seemed like they were fighting an uphill battle from
Yeah.
like 25 minutes onward.
I don't know. I feel like it's just Secret's like MO to take
Do that to
a
you?
small advantage and turn it into like a mountain advantage, you know? And that's what they did with every single Terrorblade metamorph. They just, in like the 30 seconds that it was down and they had all of their stuff, they just went into Roche every single time. It's like, I see what Insania means when he says they're frustrating to play against because they would just run away from them.
Referring
Other
to
than
yourself in the third person's a little
that. Sorry, Insania
weird.
Prime, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Insania
Sorry
Prime,
about
okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean, Quincy had their opening, but Secret also just, they looked like, kind of prime Secret at times where
Yeah.
even when they're behind, they managed to find these ways to kind of pull back these wins. And in the end, make it look convincing. I mean, once Jaro kind of got hit his items, it didn't really feel like there was much Quincy were doing. The draft just came together with all the heavy, crazy physical damage too.
Yeah, I'm just harping on Quincy Crew not because I wanted them to win, but you hate to see any team get eliminated from TI, and right now they're still at 2 wins. This series means a whole lot more to them, even though Secret can definitely get upper bracket by taking this 2-0. I think life on the line. Quincy Crew.
It's a tough opponent to have your life on the
Yeah,
line against.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
gonna really get to show themselves against SG, who's their fellow 2-win team later
Isn't
on.
Secret like one of 2 teams that have beaten LGD? Or are they the LGD's only loss? Like I think for at least like 10 games
Okay.
or something, they were the only team that beat LGD once.
Well,
I mean, Secret's looking pretty good, and we saw there that Quincy Crew didn't really mess up much, but every single mess up, or even just team fight taken that it wasn't ideal, was just abused.
Yeah, Quinn fell really far behind in that game, and Nisha kind of kept. He died a few times, but he still contributed a lot in the mid to late game.
It's just because all he was a disable, while
Yeah.
Quinn had to be damage
Yeah.
in the mid game.
for sure.
well, despite all their efforts, Quincy crew unable to take game 1, and Secret continue their winning ways. They're now 7-4. We're gonna head to a game 2 after a quick break. Join us. Team Quincy Crew's woes continue, and Team Secret continue their hot winning ways as they took game 1 and are headed towards a game number 2. Wow, Brian, you're a little looking to scoot away from me? What's that about?
I just saw him scooting in, so I was trying to...
We're all trying not to do the shrimp
Yeah.
golem get ye gone posture here.
Need that good posture. These chairs are nice. They're nice, but they're nice, like girthy. Like when you're close, you can't get too close to each other because the chairs are like no.
They've got a lot of
That's
heft to them.
That's one of my favorite words is girth.
You know, I
word.
was at a festival and with a Canadian, and he was talking about hunting a turkey, and he said it was a girthy turkey, and he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. Anyway, continue.
I feel like the American version would be like that's a thick bird.
yeah, that's a good one.
That's a thick bird.
with the 2 C's,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
2 C's.
Damn, that bird.
Hey,
What is this hunting? Why do people hunt?
I don't
10
understand it
seconds
personally,
remaining.
but I'm sure plenty of people watching do.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
big
We-
shout out to the
5 seconds
American viewers who are
remaining.
tuning in nice and early to support Quincy Crew, as well as the European ones. 7 p.m. at night here. I think, well, I guess 6 p.m. for Europe.
You're quite the gamer if you're calling that early for NA.
Isn't it like
It's
8 in the
noon.
morning?
No, it's noon. I guess
Oh,
West
noon.
Coast.
Oh, yeah, West
Coast would be 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Yeah, that's early to be getting up.
But
Okay,
East
that
Coast
is
is
early.
noon. That's like
That's
people
like
are still
3 hours
awake.
before you wake
People
up.
are still awake at that point, binge queuing. I can tell you who's online still binge queuing. It's Jubei. Moo is probably binge queuing. I tell you the exact players that are online right now, hitting up that Q button. Anyway, not gonna do that.
Please don't.
Perhaps they're watching Quincy Crew.
While they're hitting up the Q button.
They're probably
Yeah,
doing it on the
that's
second
true.
It's
monitor.
in the client. Like
Yeah.
in the client, the game's getting played right now, and then they've got it
10
loaded up on the
seconds
stream.
remaining.
Us muted, of course, ready to watch the game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Definitely.
naturally.
So they don't know what we're talking about.
Because of the EU bias that you bring to
Yeah.
the table.
I've been talking about Secret exclusively for this entire series. As they go for the first pick Invoker, I mean, a hero that Quinn has played a lot more in the recent past than he had, 3-4 years ago, but definitely not a Quinn signature. So, kind of curious why they felt the need to start it
10
in
seconds
this
remaining.
draft.
I will make a prediction.
I
I believe-
know what's not going to
5
happen in this
seconds
game.
Okay.
remaining.
I believe that Pudge. No, I'm just kidding. I believe that this will be an
Crew's turn
MSS
to battle.
Invoker. This is a bait. This is a flex. An MSS
Secret
as a
turn to
prior
battle.
mid Invoker extraordinaire is going to
Also
pull
very
it out
buff, too.
on the. He is extremely jacked. He's
Yes.
a girthy turkey.
Yes.
That's for sure. Back to you, gods. He is just staring at me dead silent. Okay, we got a Monkey
10
King
seconds
on
remaining.
the side of Team Secret. We could see that in either the 4 position
seconds
or 1
remaining.
position. Probably not mid, just given, we got a Void Spirit and Invoker probably does quite
Quincy
well against it.
Cruz
in
Have
that
we
mid
seen
lane.
Mid Monkey Kings yet? I don't think I've
Thompson.
seen one. Oh, did he play?
Yeah.
Okay. That is the one player who would play Mid Monkey King
Oh yeah,
if you
even
had
if
to
it's
choose one.
even if it's
That's like
horrible.
That's one of his like 4 heroes that he
Yes.
will always be willing to play.
You
the-
say that, and they're gonna win this TI, and they've won the last 2. So
10
I feel like
seconds remaining.
it empowers them.
Well, I'm
Team
saying
Secret's
that like
turn to
Thompson
battle.
actually has a pretty wide hero pool, but like there's like 3 or 4 heroes that are non-traditional that he will always play,
Sure.
like Pugna,
Oh yeah.
Zeus,
Hoodwink.
Monkey King, Hoodwink.
Tumba though is just like he's such a Monkey King fanatic. I feel like
Yeah.
he's always trying to make this hero work even when it's not good. He was going
10
like
seconds remaining.
diffusal build. I remember when Battle Fury got nerfed and Monkey fell off, but Tumba was like, no,
5
I'm gonna get a
seconds
Vanguard
remaining.
and make it work.
Yeah. He's kind of, I think, reminded everyone of how
Quincy
flexible
Cruz
and just
turn to
good he is as a
battle.
carry since joining Secret.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of pigeonholed into this certain role when he was playing on Nigma, and he plays the Monkey Kings, he plays the active carries, he has one of the best Lycans, not that it's a carry here anymore, but he can play the hard carries, the Gyro, as we saw last
For
game
his
as
sake,
well.
I was hoping it was going to be an anti-mage patch
10
because I
seconds
think
yeah.
Matumba Man has
remaining.
one of the best, if not the best, anti-mage.
I feel like one cool thing Matumba
5
does too
seconds
is that like
remaining.
he can play these hard carry farming heroes like Gyrocopter, who can fight a decent amount, but he'll also know when to show up for things. Like in the last game, he was farming a decent amount of the jungle and farming a decent amount of the map, but he was showing up to every tower push as well and fighting, and it was really effective. Like he's good at identifying when he needs to fight and when he can get away with farming, even if he's on a hero that would more traditionally be a farmer. Like
I think
he'll
that's the hardest part about carry, by the way, because right now the carry role is so punishing for dying.
10
I don't know
seconds
why.
remaining.
Maybe there's just so many camps on the map that if you die, you lose out on that much farm to the
5
point where you
seconds
end up getting
remaining.
Yeah.
1-2k behind just by one death. that if you show up to one wrong fight, it's so costly. But at the highest level, you also can't afford to just never fight. So you have to be very selective and very careful about what you select. So it's when you say he's like good at showing up to fights, that's so much Dota knowledge, experience, and like skill.
Yeah.
All wrapped into one aspect.
Because you have to know all the heroes in the game, not
Yeah.
just yours.
And you have to know you're not going to die, and you're also capable of contributing in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
Well, and we saw maybe the other side of that slightly. You are a very good carry player, but there's a few fights last game he showed up to, pops meta, and doesn't.
I did not want
dish
him
out any
there.
damage. Yeah,
I wanted him
okay.
like split push pressuring the other lanes. That's like the point of the Terrorblade pick against the IO Disruptor. Probably one of the, if not the only carry in the game that can split push without fear of death against those heroes. And he wasn't doing it as much as I would have liked him to.
I love this hero. I think this is just such an underrated hero. You get an Aghanim Scepter on Skywrath Mage. You go all of the damage talents. You don't go the Arcane Bolt pierces spell immunity because you're going to have a sheep, so you're
10
already
seconds
going to
remaining.
effectively pierce spell immunity. If you move the ult so that it's
5
right on the
seconds
edge of
remaining.
somebody's circle, you actually get 2 ults on them, and you can do 3,000 DPS. And if you go into a practice lobby and test which carries do 3,000 DPS, it's only rapier heroes or heroes that spawn a million illusions like CK.
And I would like to say that this is actually going to be a mid Skywrath Mage because Jenkins already told us that it was a 4-position Invoker for MSS. Flex
He
pick.
is right. I believe Quinn is such a Skywrath Mage extraordinaire. I see him playing it all the time.
That was your prediction.
You don't
so-
think it's your Skyrath?
Oh, it could be your
You
Skywrath.
are, I think you're right. You
It's
are
good
the-
against the Enchantress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Might want to give it a bit more farm priority.
That's
That's
a really good pick against Skywrath.
I was gonna say that's a rough hero to play because you just heal through all of the
10
Skywrath
seconds
harass,
It's mainly the fact that Skywrath has 0
and you have
armor.
0 armor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like it works
5
both ways. Like you
seconds
can
remaining.
aggressively. Yeah, if you run a creep at Skywrath and you enchant him, he just dies to you alone. It's very annoying for.
I
like
want
a-
to see PA, or I mean, even Monkey King Carry, I think is really good against Skywrath Mage. So I don't know how I feel about this, because the reason why Skywrath Mage usually flourishes in the lane is that he abuses his like 330 base move speed and like just pokes the carry from distance. But Monkey King, level 3, you just take a point in your Tree Dance and the enchant plus a jump on him, and he's dead.
So what is if you're Quincy? What is your kill hero to play with a Skywrath that's going to beat a Monkey Enchantress in lane? I feel like that's a really difficult thing to come up with in this patch because it's mostly melee stunner offlaners that
Yeah.
pair with Sky. It's mostly melee stunner offlaners that are picked in this patch,
Probably Mars.
and they're all rough against Monkey King. Yeah, Mars because you can shoo the Monkey King away from you with your spear for a little while.
They probably also, I mean, they still definitely have to consider the fact that Monkey could very well likely be a 4. If anything, we've seen much more of the
That's
4
true.
position
Oh, yeah,
Monkey
for
than
sure.
the carry.
I'm
Even if
down
Monkey
for a
carry does
Monkey-
look good.
Yeah, I'm down for a carry Monkey King here because a lot of people, they counter it more all in than they have so far on the side of Quincy Crew.
Quincy Crew's turn to
And as we predicted, it's going to be a Monkey King 4
Yes, of
Ursa, or Monkey King carry. Ursa
I was
4
trying to
here.
help you guys.
Yeah, this is. I don't know if you watched TI. I believe 5, maybe TI 4. Yeah, it was TI 4. Zai on EG played 4-position Ursa, so that's what they're going to do.
10 seconds remaining.
I remember that. That was good. They
I don't-
they dual jungled, right? It was
Yeah,
Enchantress
yeah,
Ursa.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that was
5
sick. I think
seconds remaining.
Veno is not bad here against Ursa. Okay against Enchant.
can't lane that, I
It
don't think.
sucks with Sky though. The Sky pick in this position I guess is a little rough. The Monkey King made it hard because of the potential that you can like swap the Monkey King to carry, and then Ursa's effectively the same thing in terms of owning melee heroes.
I think you go Mars. I think it's the only pick that, because he's not really melee. Mars is like 250 attack range, I think, instead of 150. He's a little bit more than a melee hero, and he lanes decently against Ursa. And out of all the heroes that set up Skywrath Mage, I think it's the only one that'll work. You can't pick Beastmaster. You
What
can't pick
about-
Legion. You can't pick Axe.
What about Bat Rider? I know Bat is not.
Bait pick, man.
It's-
Bait pick.
It is a. I mean, yeah, it can be a bait. I feel like Bat is good against Monkey, all of these heroes. It's good against all of these. Maybe not so much Ursa once Ursa gets 6. And in lane, it is rough because you don't get the levels to like dumpster and Ursa like you used
The
to be
carry
able to.
will free farm against Bat Rider in the offlane. That's the
Secrets
problem with the
turn
hero in the
to battle.
offlane. They go for the Shaker.
Huh, okay.
I'm
that.
actually down for Shaker.
Yep.
I didn't consider that because he's not a traditional offlaner, but people have been picking him
It's
a
been
lot more.
a
three.
lot in this patch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really good against Ursa in lane, but it actually doesn't do that well against Monkey King because of the extra range that he has. You're not in
10
range of the
seconds
aftershock.
remaining.
So 4-position Ursa?
It might unironically be a
5
decent.
seconds.
I mean, the lane's
They're not going to do that.
it's obviously not a horrible lane for Ursa. It's not you're not going to lose the lane, but
We're coming at this with the NA mentality, which is like we got to draft the strongest lanes. That's not how Team
That
Secret
is true.
approach the
Yeah, they don't
draft.
care.
They're looking at the bigger picture, mid to late game.
even
and-
Enchantress, you don't need to worry about winning the lanes. Like she's going to win
Yeah.
the lane no matter what.
Like, what's Ursa going to do after 20 minutes as a 4 position? Like,
No, he's gonna
10
as
seconds
It's an
a
issue.
as a 1, he takes off the tree ult. You know, doesn't
5
have to worry about
seconds
that. Like
remaining.
2 shots Invoker, 2 shots Skywrath
Sequence
Mage.
turn to
Earthshaker's the
ban.
only like real issue because of the chain stun, but with the status resistance, you can still kill Earthshaker pretty easily if you jump him on the back line.
So what is Quincy Crew going to pick in response to this Ursa? Do they feel like they need to respond to Ursa? I feel like their heroes are not that bad versus Ursa. I don't like Ursa against Skywrath Mage
10
pre-BKB
seconds remaining.
because it makes it really awkward to cast your spells, and you
5
pretty much can't kill
seconds
him.
remaining.
until Blink.
any Void fans? Void
Faces
Invoker?
Void? Okay.
Oh,
There it is,
okay,
yeah.
there it goes.
That's a little low-hanging fruit there, gods. You gotta be a
Very
little more
nice
creative.
try there, Parker.
Gotta be a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
What? Predicted a ban, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'm
what
a play-by-play
saying. No,
caster here,
you
you know?
predicted the pick not being good enough to get banned.
Oh, no.
So,
That's true.
obviously
I
a
wasn't-
very good pick.
I know the pick,
remaining.
and it's very obvious.
Very obvious, yes.
It's Troll
5
Warlord
seconds remaining.
Oh.
for Quincy Crew.
That is a very Quincy Crew-esque
Yeah.
hero.
You-
You know what? That might be the first thing that I'm going to buy into that you've said this entire
You have
cast.
bought into everything else that I've said, and you are not willing to admit it.
Yeah, and as a fellow Liquid player, or Liquid
Yes,
content creator.
of course, I'm Insania.
Yeah,
10
that
seconds.
makes
Turn
sense.
to pick.
What was the hero that I just said?
Troll Warlord.
Ah, yes, of course, Troll, and that's a great hero to not play into Sand King, which is why they banned it.
Or Timbersaw. It's actually pretty annoying to play into Timbersaw nowadays.
You can win that as Troll.
It's like,
Javelin, bro.
not with a Tree 5,
10
I think.
seconds
Oh,
remaining.
that's true. That's true.
Because the Tree 5 is just owned so hard by it.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, what do we got here?
A Zyhero.
Yeah, I'm still down. I'm still down for Pangolier. That sounds nice. I think they need some disruption.
Pango sounds pretty dope. The only problem is the tree ult can just hold you in place, which I mean, sometimes can work in your favor.
I just think they need some disruption here.
Yeah. I don't even mind, like, the Tide we've seen a lot. The Darkseer. That's another hero Zai really likes.
Darkseer, I could see. I could see
Darkseer Monkey King
working.
sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
You sound cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're
I
good
do
at-
like to pick my
Quincy
heroes based on
Crew's
cool
turn to
factor.
pick.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a snooze hero.
He's gonna farm.
Yeah, that guy buys Midas. Eats some creeps.
Yeah,
It's pretty good here, though, because they've got a solo core situation being set up here. Like, you Alacrity this guy,
Yeah.
and he's going to carry the team. And
Good point. Yep.
the
10
Doom
seconds
is good
remaining.
against literally anything Quincy Crew picks here. Like, maybe not in lane, but it'll be
5
good in game.
seconds remaining.
And I feel worse as a carry thinking, I'm going to have a really good start because I have a Tree 5, and I got the counter pick, and then I'm going to get doomed.
See, what are Yawar's guys? Oh,
Link. They wanted a range carry, I guess, with the tree in lane, and you're playing into a 4-position monkey. So
Yeah,
Klink.
2
Okay.
melee versus Klinks.
I actually don't mind that pick at all. I like it. I wouldn't mind seeing like a somewhat early Gleipnir from Yawar, like third item. I think it could be really strong here. Give him a little bit of extra AoE control to set up the fissures and the like. You have a lot of poke from Quincy Crew, but it's like it's really hard to get a good echo. I think right now.
It is 4 melee heroes on Secret, but they're kind of like pseudo melee heroes. Doom's gonna get an early BKB. Ursa, you can't really echo because he's gonna have status resist.
Monkey King will be on trees.
Monkey King's on trees, like to the point where he doesn't buy boots anymore. Nisha obviously is jumping in and out on this Void Spirit. It's like a spell casting melee hero. So
I do feel like you can maybe just settle for like that one-man Echo on Zai, so you kill him before he BKBs, for example.
Yeah,
like
for
in
sure,
Mid,
for
mid
sure.
to late game. You don't need that big, team fight, 5-man Echo.
yes,
Just
that's true.
killing a core before they BKB, you're happy with it. But we'll see how this game pans out. Les Loud playing the core Shaker. He's going to be laning with the MSS Skywrath. That feels kind of like an MSS here. He likes these kind of heavy spellcaster fours.
Yes, very, as Brian is eating a bag of chips next to me, staring me dead in the eyes. It's very distracting. Those eyes looked through me. God. All right, what are our predictions, Brian?
Highest net worth by 10 minutes.
Insania, they will be.
Prepare for battle.
That's gonna be the Clinks.
Actually,
That's
no,
it.
Doom,
This is
by,
Doom.
by
Doom.
10
That's gonna be
minutes.
Pre-Midas?
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
that
Doom.
pre-Midas?
That's Doom.
You still think it's Doom?
Yeah, I still think it's Doom.
I don't know
I
about
don't think
that.
so.
I want to say Nisha again, but
Yeah,
I
mid
got
lane.
wrong last time. Total number of Blink Daggers purchased by
There's gonna be
25 minutes.
Earthshaker and Doom. And
do you think you'll go first item Blink on
it'll
Zai?
it'll be before 25 minutes.
Oh, that is 25 minutes. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. You're
so
right.
0 to 2.
Yeah, that looks like it's it.
I don't think
Ursa
Ursa's
will
gonna
get
have
one
it
until
before
then. Yeah.
25. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for 3. I got it.
Okay.
He wants a Blink Dagger pretty bad this game.
Total number of Roshan. Oh, this is gonna be like 3, I think.
How long do we think the game's
like-
gonna go?
Pretty. I feel like the last one was pretty long.
I'm gonna go for 4.
30
4?
seconds
Yeah, go
to
for it.
battle.
That's a bold. Can we democracy
No,
this
we
one
know
here,
it's
Parker?
my
I
point.
chose
You
I
said
chose
3.
0 to 2. So.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go 3.
No, 4.
All right, we'll go 4.
Your prediction is 3.
That's just abundantly wrong.
Team
but
with most kills at the end of the game. I'm gonna go with Secret.
Secret's got Ursa. I feel like that hero thrives.
They
on-
could have 40 kills to 20 and still lose because they have Ursa. So.
Yeah, that's how it goes with that hero.
Okay.
All right.
For us over here.
Well,
The battle
you two finish
begins.
bickering like a married couple. These two teams are going to stop fighting like a married couple. As
Hey,
Puppy.
there's love in
I
there.
don't know
There's
what
love couples as
happened
well.
in your house.
Jesus.
My lord.
你这么菜，你对
Weird
我不生
vibes.
气
Yeah,
的
that's
哥
okay.
哥啊
From the peanut gallery over here
It's
as we
rough.
tried to talk about some good stuff.
I knew
What
I knew
happened?
tri-casting with the two of you was a great idea.
I'll see my way out.
Oh, all the trees are gone. How'd they get rid of those?
Quelling Blade on
Was it
Yawar.
just legit all Quelling Blade?
Uh,
well, no. Well,
let's
Yawar
see.
wouldn't have done it.
Yawar did do it. Wait.
No, he wouldn't have. Oh wait.
Yeah, it was
Who would
Yawar.
you prefer to have no trees, the Monkey King or the Treant? I feel like I'd
I
rather be
don't
the
know. Were they
Treant,
just-
or I'd rather be the Monkey King.
Were they both just cutting the trees on both sides? Like, I'm getting you. No, I'm getting you.
We'll see. I feel like both off lanes are going to do quite nicely in this game. Maybe Zai will struggle a bit early. I wouldn't be surprised if he were to like potentially rush a ring of health or something in this kind of lane, because I don't think he's going to ever die full to 0 against Clinks, but Yawar is going to constantly be laying it in.
Yeah, and he's going phase boots and also has Ring of Protection going for. He has the 5 armor now on Doom, high armor hero, so you don't really need like a helm.
Okay, nice deny by Nisha. 7 and 0 for Leslau.
Ooh.
They double waved the first wave. I don't know exactly how it happened, but it's resulted in like they're so easily able to pressure here under tower, even getting a free deny.
Ursa's come such a long way as a hero. He used to be this lane dominator that fell off like a rock, and now he's like a really crap laner that carries pretty hard, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it is odd.
So for people who are just tuning in for TI, that is the hero that Ursa is nowadays. So if you see him ever losing his lane, which right now he seems to be doing fine, surprisingly.
Puppy in some trouble? No. As the heal going in, Lesau doesn't want to waste time missing creeps and go for a kill. Holds onto the fissure.
Oddly enough, he took most did then take
Yeah.
enchant totem.
Enchant Totem, yeah. It's cool that Lelis started with a Basilius, because it's going to let MSS spam out his spells, but also he knows that like Ursa running up to him and trying to harass him every single time he's going to press Enchant Totem. So it's and also gets him the range creeps, yes. So just given how Ursa plays the lane, it's a really good Basilius game.
I feel like usually it's the 4 though. Why do you think the 3 gets the Basilius here?
Because I do think he needs the 1 mana regen,
Okay.
or the 0.5 mana regen
the
that's built in.
bonus,
Like
yeah,
he needs all of it, because every single time is going to be an Enchant Totem when Ursa walks out.
Oh, they've got the mana burn creep. That's pretty clutch for Puppy. He's only going to get 1 mana burn off since it's level 1 enchant, but it's pretty nice.
He's locking MSS in. Will expire fairly soon.
Both offlaners are actually getting kind of wrecked. Compared to
I
what I
Great
like,
prediction.
Both
Yeah.
off lanes are gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
It's like one of those lanes for Doom that on paper seems rough early, but I don't think they do anything to him once he gets 6. You know, we saw, like, I remember Frank earlier today was losing his lane, and then eventually the Sven had to just dip out, and he got like a really early Midas anyways. I'm banking on that.
Duar, you're gonna go hit some jungle creeps eventually, and Doom's
Hey,
gonna have the
we
highest
can
net
see
worth.
you in the Roche
Tsunami,
pit.
are they
We see you
roaching?
doing it.
Hey, we can see you in the Roche pit. We
He
see you
paid
doing-"
them to do that because that out of it makes no sense.
Yeah.
How much was? I mean, I would pay. I
How
would
much
pay
is-
handsomely.
I would like to see the PayPal of MSS to know exactly how much that cost.
Being
Honestly,
pulled out.
Secret should be spamming keep it PMA, keep it BSJ because if you want to tilt any NA team, you just
Absolutely.
mention BSJ.
Yeah, they're
你
so
这么
happy to
菜，
have
你队
him
友
gone.
不会
That's
生气吧，哥
reminding me
哥？
that I'm here watching him.
Oh yeah.
He's holding a point, debating whether or not he wants to take the second point Devour, maybe depending on what creep he gets from the camp. You can eat the big Hellbear if you level your Devour to 2. So he might see that and take it. Yeah. Take the Hellbear.
Oh, there he goes.
There it is.
Very nice. Yeah, I see Doom players like if they get a Harpy, they'll get a Soul Ring and they'll like spam the Harpy. It's like the build actually depends on what creep you get when it comes to items and skills.
Are you not a Doom player, Jenkins?
Not really.
Well, you are an offlane player.
It's
but
kind of boring.
You only got like...
There was we had a great Doom game with a mid Doom. Carl gets the Harpy creep. And
Carl's.
just-
Yeah, he's
he
an insane-
destroyed GPK, man.
That was one of the few very successful Dooms we've seen. He had like an 8-minute Midas.
Carl
and
is like
mid tower.
the mid Doom. He is so good at that. That's T1's bread and butter.
Okay. Puppy might be going down. I like the skill build.
They're going to trade
1-for-1.
live support for support.
Yeah, that's the 0 armor on the Skywrath Mage coming into play. Because that creep gets, I believe, 40 bonus damage from
Yeah.
enchant. Is that what it is? Level 2? 40? No, 40. 30 attack damage. So it hits pretty hard.
To quote the great Owie 69000, different heroes have different value of their time at different points of the game. So an Enchantress right now is supposed to be a lane dominator. So you could argue that Enchant dying is worse. But Skywrath Mage on the other side is the type of hero that really only gets net worth with kills. And so dying a lot early can mean that you just legit don't have a game. And all you are is like a silence and then an ult, which is very sad.
I would like to ask what you effectively told us there.
Nothing. It's
That
there's
sounded
different
very- yeah.
opinions, and I'm on the fence.
I see. So it's like a cry for help of an answer.
I'm the opposite of you, Brian. I don't make absolute claims that are completely wrong.
Such as the offenders have to do.
Yes.
Anywho, MSS going to go down here in the bottom river as Quinn looks for the counter kill with the cold snap, but he's going to get chased down, then forced to tornado to keep himself alive.
Doesn't have any earn charges yet on Invoker, which is unfortunate.
No.
Pretty important that you get that first one.
Yeah, I felt like Sky was kind of rotating on over to try and get them, but Nisha just not an easy hero to latch onto. The Void Spirit just very elusive.
He's pretty much going to free farm against Invoker as Void Spirit, like moving forward. But Quinn's actually dominating the lane pretty hard. We saw this last game, and Quinn kind of chucked that advantage, not going to lie. So we got to see what he does this game, because he is one of the best mechanical mids in the entire world, if not the best. Like, he's insanely good at laning. So what is he going to turn this into?
Yeah, and there's not really an argument for like, oh, you know, he's a better Invoker like mid game than he is a Void Spirit because
Radiant's middle
his
tower
Void
He's
Spirit's
not.
probably
Yeah.
his best hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is like, you know, is Quinn mentally ready to say that the last game didn't happen? Yeah, carry this one.
Zai's going to run at Yuar. Yuar going to be forced to kind of hold his ground and fight. Does get the living armor. That's
Body
going to help
block?
him out a little bit,
Phase
but
boots,
yeah.
though. No dice on that.
No Midas Doom. I don't think this guy's getting top net worth at 10 minutes at this rate.
You're fine, dude. You got this.
Zero
Oh,
chance.
he might die right now.
Okay,
There's your in charges.
briefing my prediction here. Nisha with the counter kill, but I think that definitely matters a lot more for Quincy Crew. If not only because it's a core for a support, but because of their charges, like you said there. Really good point there, Gods.
Thank you.
I think Doom he had eaten a creep as well, and he was just about to get some
That always feels really bad.
gold.
Yeah, you don't get anything if you die before the Devour finishes digesting.
At least he has it up for when he respawns, though.
It's not like a Midas, though. You don't feel good where you're like, I'm back with a Midas cooldown.
Yeah.
Sure. You are got a nice big camp stack there, too. At least you got the majority of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Zai's pretty happy with that. The whole creep wave, couple of free creeps.
He's almost level 6 now.
What's going on bot here?
Fairy trinket for the void sword.
Down bot, Puppy, kind of, you know, playing aggressive, running at them. Leslow gets a nice tour of Fissure, but it's on his own. He's kind of tanky with the strength treads, but
The Dissimulate
Echo
and the
Slam,
Ursa
yeah.
ulti were during the Echo Slam. So he
Yeah.
effectively did like 10 damage. That felt pretty bad.
Puppy may go down in exchange, but LOA himself in some trouble as Nisha has all of his spells if he wants to go chasing, except for the Astral Step. Decides against it.
I think Quinn might have had to TP to that. Instead, he walked because he's Quaswex and Ogre, so he's pretty fast, but he was there like 5-10 seconds too late for his contribution to the fight. I think it made Leslau have to like commit Echo Slam in a forced manner, so it was kind of predictable. We saw Matama Man preemptively ult there, Nisha preemptively dissimulated. It wasn't like a reaction dodge.
That was cool. Using the Curry to scout the TP in, but LOA snipes it instantly. But
I've never seen
some, yeah, neither have I. Because often, yeah, pushing that tower, you're worried people are TPing in fall again.
Oh, this is super early Roche.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these two heroes can do it. Ironically, you were saying with EG picking these two heroes jungling, like you can, you know, Roche is a big jungle.
Hey man, Roche or not Roche. Dota has a sick history. These players don't forget the lessons they've learned. And Zai's probably like, hey, if we pick Ursa here, we can Roche.
Yeah.
Because we did this back at TI4. And here we are.
I don't know if you're joking, but I feel like
No,
pro Dota players do legit remember.
They do think like that.
Because I will message Owie some video idea, and then he'll just be like, oh, I remember a game I played back in like 2012, and he'll link me the ID, and so, do you just have a book with all of these in it? No, I just remember.
Yeah.
All
It's,
right, bro.
You have this like storage container in your brain that like you can't just access. It's like subconscious. You know?
I don't.
I mean, you don't think. That's the problem. So
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
you don't put things in the storage room if you're
He's
not
right,
thinking
Parker.
about them. Yeah. But like somebody will mention something and you'll go, yeah, that one time that happened. As Yapsor get the last.
Oh, he tried to deny.
Dude, Yapsor, I'm disappointed that he didn't bound the strike for that
It's
last
on
hit.
cooldown.
He
Oh.
He had to use it, although he had to use it or they wouldn't have killed her.
He calculated.
Oh.
That was just a solo kill on LOA. He's trying to hold the lane.
I guess he walked out of the trees, because if he had stayed in the trees, like Eternal Envy told him to, then that wouldn't have happened.
Secret playing this early game
Eternal Envy.
very well.
Didn't he say to stay in the trees?
No.
What did he say?
Drop your stick, drop your
No,
stick.
there's the drop your stick, but stay in the trees. I thought was one of them too.
No.
Somebody tweet me if that was ever said, because I'm pretty sure it
It
was.
That
was
was
said.
like TI1.
It was TI1.
Who said it?
I don't remember who it was. I didn't play Dota in TI1.
It was HYHY.
Was it HYHY?
Was it stay in the trees? That was him?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, I thought it was Eternal
He's
Envy.
a Singaporean Dota player who retired,
Oh.
moved on to play other games.
Was he in free-to-play?
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
He was one of the 3 main characters.
He's famous.
Yep. He's a movie star.
I'm just starting good conversation.
Yeah, that's...
For those of you new watching your first TI, haven't been around Dota, if you haven't seen it, Ralph's free to play. Great film about the start of Dota 2. Featuring HYHY, you may have heard of him. Another guy you probably haven't heard of, Dendy. And Fear.
I watched it with my dad, and he was very sad that Fear didn't win TI. And I was happy to tell him that it happened later.
Spoiler alert.
He got his desk.
He did.
Nisha with the double damage
这么
room.
菜的队友不会生气。
This feels so bad as Sky, man. You were talking about the deaths in lane. Quinn might be in some trouble too. Make it double.
Yeah, and Sky's a hero that you...
Oh, he's a Blink of
Blink
Lumos.
Echo catches out Nisha by surprise. A tornado follow-up.
I don't know about that tornado.
Dissimulate out and Astral Step away. He's going to survive his way through this. Matu helping buy him the space, has the Aegis, so he's not afraid to die once. And with Puppy showing up with a medallion, they lose nothing.
That tornado was a bit suspicious.
I mean, it's tough, though, because without Skywrath Mage alive, you don't really have the disable to kill any of these heroes. He's like the follow-up to these. Yapsor.
Okay, goes in. I heard a Doom. That's going to be over here on the side. It's going to be on Quinn. Have they got the detection?
Oh.
Yep.
He's blocking that one.
Matu showing up. He's still got an Aegis here. Now they drop the center under the tower, and the chase is on. Yapsor gets silenced up, but Secret just diving for these kills. They are a team with a mission. diving these towers, going for these kills. They only get the Sky again. This Sky, bottom net worth. This is a hero I usually say kind of item dependent and has nothing.
I was a bit concerned when they picked the Clinks because all of their heroes are susceptible to getting ran at on the Quincy Crew side. Like even Earthshaker, who you think of as a hero that like deters that, he only deters it if somebody on your team doesn't mind getting ran at. You know, like you bait them a little bit and then he fissures and counter initiates. But right now, whoever Secret sees, they can just go on. I don't know. It just seems really awkward for Quincy Crew to play the game. They have to catch somebody by themselves, but then who on Quincy Crew shows on lanes? Like, it's so awkward to get this set up.
Quinn, not the outcome he was hoping for coming to this mid lane.
What do you think, Jenkins? Who on Quincy Crew is supposed to show on lanes? Like, who farms the lanes?
That's a Clinks, I guess.
He can like
quickly
he doesn't
pushes
really
them
show,
out.
right?
Yeah.
He just he'll use the burning
He
barrage.
uses burning barrage, yeah, that's it. But you don't really want your Clinks getting gone on. So
Get the tower.
but he will be the guy that clears lanes for you.
I'm just saying that it's like, how do you set up kills if nobody can show? Except for Puppy. He does die very fast. The Skywrath Mage ulti will kill people as long as they manage to get the jump. But Secret's going to win the farm battle because of what I said.
Oh man, MSS is falling. He's so far behind, and there is just no way to recover on Sky at this point. Like you need to get 10 kills in a row to get to the point where you have normal net worth.
This is why Monkey King's good versus Sky. I was really confused why they picked that.
Yo, check out this ward from Quincy.
Oh, it's outside of the sentry
That
ward
is
range.
so cool.
Oh, yeah, because they, yep.
That is
okay.
interesting.
That's the little things that are like layer upon layer of warding meta.
I mean, they're
You know?
losing horribly, but this is dope.
Yeah, because what happens is people used to put the sentries on the high ground, and then they realize they can scout with couriers, and the best place to put a sentry that sees all the ward spots is over there, and that doesn't see that ward spot, so here we are.
Yep.
Really cool. Okay, back to the game.
Yep.
Yapzor is rushing Atos. That's kind of cool. Makes it even more difficult for Invoker and Sky to position themselves in these fights.
I've seen a lot of Monkey Kings doing this. I mean, I feel like going for an eventual Leipnir is pretty cool, but that's not really the reason that you do it. It's just keeping people in your Wukongs and also setting up for your Primal Spring without you having to use Boundless.
I actually don't think you understand what it is. I think it's the fact that you sit on trees 95% of the game, and you have to buy items that are useful while you're on the trees.
You think that's it?
I do think it is, and it's either you all in your ulti because you have a lot of team fight on your team, or you all in the stun lock you have from the trees. And right now, if you look at his team, they have absolutely no team fight and virtually no stuns other than him.
He should get a sheep then too.
I would be down for like a Veil and a sheep, where he just sits in the back like pushing these debuffs that make it really annoying. I would actually be down for that. Gleipnir would be pretty sick too with the AoE route. But it's an interesting way to play Monkey, but I think that's what's making Monkey King... He's always been this way as a hero, even when he's predominantly played core. You can build him in so many different ways. Like, his role in the game is very fluid. Like, do we need team fight? Do we need damage? Do we need lockdown? Like, do we need a guy that goes in first? Do you just go like BKB Satanic as a core? Like, right now he's just vision setup, and that's all he needs to be, because Ursa will finish him off for you. Same with Void Spirit. Man, what's he got? Blink? Okay, so that's helping our prediction, because we predicted 3 blinks by 25 minutes. Yep. I imagine Zai coming through for us.
You
Zai.
predicted 3 blinks.
Yes, Zai, Blink Dagger. Okay,
he's
he's got a
close.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. We're good.
Tumby's got his. Oh, he does.
Okay. Don't call me.
What? He said I could.
Okay.
It's another puppy kill, but it's not the biggest of kills to get in general.
This Jenkins, Insania literally said
Quinn.
that's exciting.
He's running towards his team. He's going to go invis here, but they see him for the Doom with the dust. Coming in is LOA. He's got an overgrowth potentially as Matu goes blinking in. Once MSS, Leslau keeping him away with an Echo Slam. Can they get him with the silence?
Okay.
They're going to kill off Matu. That's a big kill. Much
Wins
bigger
that
than the
Doom
puppy
now.
kill, and Yuar's chasing for more. Leslau's got a totem, but no fissure for 3 seconds.
Get him.
Isha has a TP, but needs to find a way to get out of here. Baits him on the high ground, but he goes left. Really nice little mind game there, and they actually don't end up catching up to him, probably as a result of that.
He's got his dance shoes on, Misha.
Instead, it's
Dancing
maybe going to
on.
be Puppy. Gonna drop down the Wukong just to cover the
Oh!
retreat. Nice,
Enchantress is a
juicy
combo.
death pact.
Not really the idea of the combo, though, on opposite teams.
Yeah. But just the Matu kill, not quite the... It looked like Quincy were going to get a whole lot more there. Secret, despite losing the fight, do a good job cutting their losses.
Yeah, classic Secret. They're really good at baiting things out, running away. And this is what they do. They're going to take a fight right afterwards.
Why does it? Yeah, it just always feels like you get nothing against Secret. Like, for what you feel like you should get. Like, you just killed the enemy carry and you're not even going to get a tower off of it.
Yeah.
Even though you have 5 heroes here and a Clinks who's like a decent tower sieger. Quinn's going back for the Midas. What this tells me is that if they ever manage to create a gap between them and Secret on the side of Quincy crew, they'll be able to win this game. But the problem is that you need this like Scotty on Clinks plus like enough damage. So you're like 2 or 3 items away. So Secret's still got the reins for maybe what 10-15 minutes, and this Atos is a little bit delayed from Yapsor, but I think it's going to make it even more difficult because the times where you see Quinn narrowly getting away from Doom, it's not going to work anymore with that extra 2-second route from the Atos.
Yeah, the Dooms have been kind of ineffective the last few. It's just Quinn getting doomed and then getting away. I mean, I get even that though is good because if Invoker is not pressing spells, I mean, he just has like the most spells in the game. It's a really good hero to doom.
That's why I don't play him. Yeah.
That's why you don't play him.
Yeah, I don't want to get doomed.
Because you told me that Invoker intimidated your character, so you don't want to play.
No, I've learned that if you just pick heroes with 1 or 2 buttons, nobody wants to doom you, nobody wants to silence you, stun you, nothing like that.
That's fair.
And that it makes it a lot more enjoyable to play.
It's so reasonable.
Just play Invoker, but not skill anything.
Oh, I am down for the Quas Exort Deso Sunstrike Cold Snap only build.
One spell Invoker.
Daedalus.
Daedalus,
That's
yes.
classic.
Deso Daedalus.
Yeah. Yeah. Nisha, how do they take him out here? They got Echo.
Continuously scanning out the Roshan with these Sunstrikes. Zai smoked up, is looking for a blink initiation with his BKB. Yapsor getting vision
Really
in
important.
the trees.
Dude. Secret is so good at breaking smokes and standing in the right place where you just don't get anything.
These might be the 2 best supports in the game for doing so, right?
Yeah.
Enchantress just walks up high grounds and then
Yeah, for sure.
doesn't
Well,
even have to die for it.
Zai as well with his BKB. Like, in the last game when he got his BKB, he did the exact same thing as this. At least positioning a little bit to the left.
Finds a ward here. They're going to jump on the tree, protected by a good fissure. Matu enraged up though, so he has the stance resist as they go chasing for more. MSS in some trouble. BKB Doom is just something he's got absolutely no answer for. And even with the buyback, I don't know if Quincy can easily take this fight. They want to re-engage though.
No Scotty yet on your war either. I feel like he should just be farming it.
And Secret just positioned defensively. They know they can put the pressure on Quincy to come at them and overstep.
I really want to see UR be farming on his own unless they're committing to Roche on the side of Secret, because until he gets to Scotty, his contribution to these fights is pretty underwhelming.
It's the Roche anxiety, both games.
I feel like they're
It's the
really
problem.
getting like manhandled on the
Yep.
map by Secret. Like Secret is they're like the puppet, right? The puppet master.
Yeah,
Where
not
they're-
the puppet. I mean, that's...
I'm saying Quincy Crew is the puppet.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of jumbling in my head there.
Yeah.
Puppy pulling all the strings.
but- Indeed. Yeah, I think it's a lot about Yapsor too. I feel like he's crushing the vision game here.
It depends on, for Secret though, it depends on who's best at doing that. I feel like as a unit, it's sometimes Puppy that's standing on high grounds, getting vision of like the smoke. In this game, it's Yapsor. In the previous game we saw with Zai, it's like what makes them such a frustrating team to play against is that they're all on the same page with like, what's the best way that the enemy team's gonna access and
Well, they
kill
cover
us.
all of them, right? Usually they'll cover all 2 or 3 options that the opponent could possibly do, and that's really hard to coordinate.
Yeah.
And I think it is what makes Secret when they're in.
Yeah, well in that case, like it was Yapsor and Puppy, and then Zai was like the one that was standing in the side where it's like he didn't want to get gone on because he knows if he can just get his BKB off, he's gonna win the fight.
For Quincy, it's feeling a bit disjointed, just getting picked off here and there with Shaker going down. He has to buy back just to come and contest a potential Roshan. But yeah, Secret's like, you buy back, will happily kind of disengage.
Nobody's farming on the side of Quincy, so like Secret doesn't feel the need to force it.
Monkeys.
He's
Always,
a tree on a
yeah.
tree. That's a little. That doesn't really make any sense. Let's be honest.
It does. There's plenty of trees trees. There's parasitic trees.
Isn't his whole thing that Monkey can disguise himself? Doesn't that
Yeah,
make the
but-
most sense?
But he's a tree on top of a tree.
He should be like a banana on the tree.
Yeah, like he should be like a leaf or something. But the trees on Dire, I guess, don't have
They
leaves.
don't
He could
have
be
leaves.
a branch.
A branch.
Yeah, he could be a branch.
Well,
on
that's
this
why I think
tree.
just a banana, because I believe banana trees are quite barren.
Yeah, I don't think they are, but I'm down for that. Yeah.
What do you know about bananas?
My name is literally Banana Slam Jamma. What do you know? I mean,
That's
the only
what
thing,
the B stands for?
The only thing you know about is being insane. 'Cause you're
That's what the B...
insane,
I've always wondered what the B stands for in BSJ.
What do you think it stood for?
I thought it stood for birds because you like pelicans.
I do. That's true. Yapsor, I keep wanting to call him Yawar, is sitting on this tree. He's dedicated. That is his tree. Be one with the tree, Yapsor. Back to the tree.
Monkey, K-I-N-G. He's sitting on the tree. Right? Like
K-I-S-S,
the, like the
but no,
children's,
yeah,
the
yeah.
children's
Oh.
rhyme.
ING.
Yeah, exactly.
Zai gets the blink Doom off, and that is going to be the end of this fight for the Clinks. He may have a Scotty, but I don't think he's got a good way out of this one. He's going to, just stand there and do as many right clicks as he can.
Talman's dead.
Yeah. Brings down one with him. Does end up dying for this one. Quinn's got to be careful. Gets blink stomped here as Zai playing the outskirts of this fight well. And allowing Nisha to kind of go in and go out as both teams playing the waiting game as they disengage after the two carries both die.
Okay, Insania, would you rather have no Doom or no Echo Slam?
I think Quincy needs the Echo a lot more than Secret needs the Doom.
So you think you think they're just gonna walk right back into Roche or what?
这么菜
No.
的
Or
队友
last
不会
game, or
生
you think
气
they're
吧
gonna play
凯
it chill?
哥
Nah, they're gonna play chill. Neither team has their carry. Who's gonna Roche?
I'm saying when Ursa's alive in 10 seconds, will they walk back
I
into
think
Roche?
Secret will actually walk into Roche. Yes, I
Okay.
think they will.
Okay.
Or
I
at least-
think they have decent poke on the side of Quincy crew, so I'd like to see like Invoker splitting while like Clinks is barraging the pit and Tree's Nature's grasping the pit kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think Quincy crew needs to start playing the other parts of the map with the one hero they can get away with it more, because Secret's just making them not farm, and they have like a Midas Invoker, the Clinks, who is the strongest late game hero eventually. If nothing's happening in the game, you'd rather be the Doom, I think. And Ursa as a carry would rather be trading no farm with the opponent carry.
That's
right?
true. That's true. He doesn't farm very fast.
Well, again, it's always Yapsor and his Monkey King kind of in the front lines near enemy heroes, stopping any aggressive movements.
Just look at the maps. Like Nisha, he's the one farming by himself.
Is he getting travels? Yeah, he has travels on the
That's
career.
good.
So he's doing this like I'm gonna play everywhere on the map thing.
Or finds Zai. Needs a stun though to set this one up. Just
Dire's
counting the high
bottom
ground.
tower is
As
under attack.
Blink Fissure, Puppy, in a little bit of trouble. Rocket Barrage, not Rocket Barrage, the
Same thing.
yeah,
Barrage.
Burning Barrage, some kind of barrage. Gets him low.
He does also have the Ag Shard on Yawar, so they nerfed it a little bit though.
The skeletons
yeah, the duration
way less duration. It was like 60 seconds at first, right?
Yeah, I think it was 45.
I think it was 60, then 45, then 30.
Go to his skeleton walk. Did it say the duration of the skeletons? It goes from 45 to 30.
Yeah, and 7.30C. I'm pretty sure it got.
It was never more than 45.
Okay,
Stop-
all
stop-
right.
stop.
Well, you were wrong about the gyrocopter thing.
Yeah, I was. That's the power of this Atos. There's just so much
LOA
setup here.
was wrong about going for that D ward, perhaps. It's a nice overgrowth blink. Echo from Leslau. He's going to look to bring down Yapso, start this fight off. They'll get rid of the Wukong as Doom comes out onto the Clinks, and unfortunately, that could spell his demise with Matu's blink in. They take out Yawar. YS goes down. Matu chasing for more with the BKB. I think he was maybe a bit overly ambitious with that BKB. Looks like they'll get MSS.
That
And
should be Roche for them.
yep, 3 down, only losing the Monkey.
I want to see an Axe from Yawar because he's just getting doomed, and I don't think there's really anything he can do about it. You're not going to like buy a Lincolns and a BKB. That's like too much an investment. So I want him to be like a hero that plops down his spells.
Burning army.
I'm saying,
Really?
yeah, you plop down your spells and then you get doomed, and you're still going to be useful.
Okay.
I think he's going to get doomed. You know, you're a Clinks.
Yeah.
You're not going to like evade the doom.
Well, I mean, honestly, with burning army, you might actually be able to because you're just pressing stuff from far away,
Yeah.
and you're just invising and like leaving skeletons. It's like PL with the Ag Shard. You're just like playing it a different way where you're not really in the fight. You're like a poker.
We're at 2 Roshods, by the way,
Yep.
when it comes to predictions.
I see. That's very important.
see if Secret can use this second Roshan to pull themselves further ahead. They've got the free Axe Shard upgrade on the Ursa, so gets that little mini enrage.
I think that's a cool play that they just did there, like on Secret. It's not, it doesn't look that impactful, but like they know that they're not going to kill Quinn with 2 heroes, and they don't want to commit heroes to this bot lane. I say that now they're committing. Okay,
Yeah, really good input there.
they're going to try to check the triangle. Okay, now it's a play. Honestly, with that
Secret.
poke though,
Boundless Strike to start things off. Zygo's running with a BKB. Doesn't have Doom, but he's more than happy just to jump on Quinn with the fault from Nisha. Quinn going to go down to the Infernal Blade damage. Leslau having his blink get cancelled, now gets used up as well. No chance to move.
oh, they high five. That's good.
That's really good camaraderie.
Secret, hello, puppy. No.
Why is it that you can high five when you're stunned? I feel like that's very
Dire's
counterintuitive.
bottom tower is under
Does
attack.
it still cancel TPs? The high five?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Radiant's
That's good.
middle tower is under attack.
Nisha just got let down by his own team with the high five. That's
Dire's bottom tower is
It
under
really
attack.
does. I'm not a fan of like the vision Quincy crew has for this game. I think the Lincoln's on Quinn is kind of a bait. As we see another catch, they're kind of just getting split across the map. They're moving so fast. If I'm LOA right now, I'm just like, didn't I just see 4 heroes bottom? What just happened? Weren't these 2 heroes bottom lane like 15 seconds ago? They just instant TP hop and ran at him. Jumped at him, actually.
yeah. Travels with Monkey King as well.
Yeah,
Two very,
so fast.
2 very global
Dire's
heroes.
It's just like, the thing is, if you go Lincolns, the problem is you think, oh, it's good against the Doom, but you can just get stunned by Monkey King, stunned by the Doom Centaur Stomp. You don't cover yourself
Yeah,
from
you
the
won't.
disables, right? So you're protecting yourself against one spell, but you're not saving yourself from
That's
dying.
H's.
He still has BKB, but
Okay. Ice Wall's there. Doom goes blinking with his BKB. They're going to burst down Quinn to start this off. LOA goes blinking, looking for an overgrowth, but he gets pulled by the Void Spirit before he can do a thing. They've still got Doom as well. This is just not a fight Quincy can take.
And they're run in there. They're kind of not on the same page there with, like, it seemed like Lelis was just like fissuring and wanted to bait the BKBs from Secret, but Quinn went in and like fully committed with the ice wall, which led to like Quinn dying there when it could have just been like the BKBs being used because of the fissure and potential echoes.
yeah, if I'm Matamba Man, I have to pop BKB no matter what I see.
Because of the Earthshaker.
yeah, you have to. Which,
And Lelis was ready, so if he didn't do that, Lelis would have killed him.
yeah, if the fissure had been allowed to land, he would have then waited the 1 second or whatever, then insta echo slam.
Again, Secret's mobility. They were just all top, and now they've already made their way bottom. They miss.
Spider legs.
They don't connect on the Boundless Strike, but MSS still in all sorts of trouble. It's on cooldown now, and yep, they've got him. Nisha getting the last hit on the kill. They are just jumping around the map.
He's legit rushing Gleipnir on Monkey King. That's pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
it.
at this point, he definitely can. I mean, if the game's going like any differently, maybe like BKB, something like that. But I like the idea that you said, just sitting in the trees, like pressing stuff from the trees, because you're just never gonna kill this guy.
They don't have ways to destroy trees.
Yeah,
So they can't really stop you. Like, yeah, you'll get silenced by Sky, but worst case, you can jump off. You can still walk off.
the crowd was chanting for Quincy there. Is it ironic cheering? Is this a North American?
Yeah, this is like
sarcastic?
we don't approve of your performance cheer.
I see.
Pretty sure, yeah.
That is the most North American thing.
It really is.
There's no booing implemented in the game.
Yeah,
It's like
of
the
course.
fans. It's like the fans who boo their own home team. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are disappointing.
What do you think there's a different meta for tips in regions? Like when you're in your
Yes.
pubs, Jenkins, you know, we've done NA and S and EU at this point. I
Yeah.
feel like EU is actually more about tipping, like group tipping the guy that fed than NA is actually.
Like group tipping on the enemy team.
Yeah, like if, or like say Quinn dies.
There's
like
definitely
five
more.
people
There's definitely more
die.
group tipping. In NA, it's more like individually. It's like
Like,
I'm
yeah,
gonna-
it's some spite between two
Spite, yes,
individual
yes,
players.
of course.
Yeah,
It's like a support. Yeah, like a 5 position gets killed by an offlaner. It's like that's what you get for the laning stage.
yeah, I agree. As LOA par for the course here, we are trading, perhaps.
Perhaps not,
No.
says Puppy, as the chase is now on.
He's so beefy.
They're once again rotating so fast, connecting. Zai comes in with the Blink Shivers, going to force out Leslaw's BKB.
That feels so bad, just an Atos and a Shiva's activated, and you have to pop BKB.
That was his first BKB too, so...
He's going work it on Clinks. Is that the play? He's already got Satanic queued up on the Tumbaman. Orchid for... Once he gets Satanic, it's like 10 times easier for Matama to play this game. Because other than Shaker, he can Satanic everything. He can Satanic ult anything else in the game. So, I'm not a fan of this Orchid, man.
And if he gets an Ags off the next Roche, then he can...
Well, he still needs to remove the silence. But yeah, you're right.
True.
He would have to be stunned and silenced at the same time.
Yeah, it's like there's too many a lot of conditions. There's never too many. It's TI, but there's a lot of conditions.
Quincy,
Ready to make it happen.
yeah, they're ready. They're upset with the status quo. Looking to start an uprising. 18k gold deficit. They've got a long way to go to take down the rich Team Secret. And it's going to start with Yapsor.
What are you doing in the lane? Yapsor, you're supposed to be on the trees. You wanted that
Or if you
glide there.
get out of the lane, it's to drop down and instantly jump back up. You never stay in a lane more than for
that's
half
honestly
a
a little
second.
bit of laziness there. Good move by Quincy Crew. I don't think he expected that, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to lead to much. There's maybe moving out on the map a bit.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of time to farm because Yapsor is the one hunting them.
Yeah, if Quincy wants to come back, it's going to need to be off of like a much bigger kill than that. Zai honestly would be fine, like one of the cores. But I mean, I suppose that's why Yapsor was playing bot, because if Nisha dies there in that exact same scenario, it's significantly worse for Secret. It's the death team, of course. That's the communication they're having. Their team.
About 2. It's counted by Tornado. Will be encouraged to enrage his way out of there as...
They catch him.
So, yeah, nice fissure here. Doom does have BKB, though. Sunstrike gonna hit him, gets him low, but it's who's catching who.
Yeah, Tree has to chase him there because if Doom BKBs, he can still overgrowth him. A really good play by Nisha to silence.
Leslie in some trouble, but can BKB his way out of there. Gets the blink off. Nisha seeing if anyone's on the higher ground. Not going to find anybody.
Nisha's really been taking over this game. He's #1 net worth on Secret. And he's against a lot of stuns, or like even just the Shaker alone. Because Shaker stun +1 is a kill onto him. And he's been...
Literally 0 deaths.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. He ends up going back for damage. I'm glad he didn't go for the Orchid on Clinks.
Juar shows himself. The Boundless Strike sets up for Mart, who's already on top of the Clinks, but will be forced back, and this is an Alacrity Clinks. A lot of damage potentially that Juar can dish out.
Just how do they keep the Ursa from just walking away?
Yeah.
He has like 4 seconds and he should be able to just walk away.
Need like a Yule Scepter or something?
Yeah. I don't think anybody can really stop for it. I like the casual Ghost Scepter from Yapsor. That means the only way he dies is Skyrath. Makes it so the Clinks, like, skeletons aren't going to take him down. That's how he's been dying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even just the Ghost Scepter for running past the skeletons to jump on a tree, it's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
Like those things canceling your tree jump.
Heart of Tarask. We see some damage issues on Quincy Crew. They have a tough time bringing down these beefy boys, and now he's real beefy.
See a quick and easy pick. It's Quinn on the Invoker. It's not a support as we've seen so many times when these quick little picks happen, and the chase is on. Yep, so not going to be able to dive too deep.
That feels pretty good on Doom. When you
they're
don't
looking for
feel the
Lelis
need to get
top.
a refresher.
Ooh, TPing
This
under
is
the
so
outpost.
fast.
Nisha has TV, right? No,
So
time
fast,
seconds.
man. Can't hit because the blaster.
Yeah, Zai doesn't have his W.
Maybe you're going to go for a deny here, but I'd love to get this Doom kill as well. He's trying to time it, but oh no!
He's so tanky.
Matu jumping on in to help make sure they get the kill. They've now killed off 3. The Doom does end up going down, but Clinks, the big one, is dead now. 90 seconds on the sidelines. They'll go high ground. They'll get MSS. That's 5 dead. Team wipe.
That was
Going
so
Secret's
fast.
It was
That
off
was
the bait,
so
yeah, it was-
fast by Zai, and it gave all the time in the world for the rest of Secret to just blitzkrieg across the map.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like if Secret didn't immediately run to Zai, knowing that he was gonna make that play, and,
like
trusting
as he made the TP, you have to start running.
You have to start running. Yeah. Like they don't get there in time, and Zai just feeds. Like
That was
we were
really
literally
cool.
looking at it. Like, are they feeding?
Like this looks so weird from Quincy Crew, but how can you expect that? That was just so fast. They had just shown 5 heroes bottom, and you're suddenly feeding 5 heroes from the top lane like 15 seconds later. This is definitely what Secret looks like. If you're a Secret fan and you want them to go deep in the tournament, this is exactly what it is.
Yeah. Just playing so confidently, reading their opponents perfectly. It just feels like they're always like anytime Quincy try and make a move, there's a monkey or an edge there just scouting out the smoke gang. We'll see this fight again here. They just play it so well.
You know, I have a theory. I'll talk about it after this.
You can
I'll
save
back
it
into
for
the game.
when
Carnage
I'm gonna
happens.
maybe go to the restroom after this game. You can talk about
Okay.
gods. We already talked about.
I will
gods.
just shout at you under the stall.
Okay.
Now, my theory is like maybe Secret is not really selective about fights in terms of like, oh, you know, we know like they use the BKB, we use the BKB, so we should like get out. Maybe it's like if they take a fight and a certain amount of time has passed and it isn't like obvious that it's a good fight, their default is to just like reset. Like I feel like Secret just seems like they have the default of resetting, whereas other teams have a default of like, you know, continuing to chase after stuff has been used. But like Secret resets and then decides once they've reset if it's a good fight or not to go back in.
They're definitely a team that doesn't seem to ever really panic.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder if how they do that is by like they just have a, you know, some sort of rule, like a certain amount of time passes, the fight is about even, they just like reset and see if they can like converge on a high ground or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like what Secret does best is they abuse like the idea of what TBs represent in Dota, and where if they knew that most of Quincy was bottom and they see the Earthshaker top, the rest of Quincy can't be there.
Latu hasn't ages, but he gets the
Oh.
lead.
That's the 25 talent. on
3
Dissimulate
hero stun. Yeah, dissimulate stun, catches out 3. Nisha tips Matu.
That's an EU tip right there.
To be- that's also an NA tip, I feel.
Yeah, true.
Your teammate just feeds.
Yeah, but that's like a you're too good to feed like that tip. In NA, it's like, yeah, you're just bad.
Yeah, it's like that's why you should have given me Aegis. Like they were fighting over the
exactly.
Aegis, and
Yeah.
Void Spirit's like, I knew I shouldn't have given it to you.
That's a really good point. He was definitely thinking.
Nisha is the real.
We don't encourage that kind of behavior here.
Don't think like that, guys.
Nisha's got a.
play the game.
He's got a backpack Dagon too.
That's a good voice line, the cut one.
Yeah, Lil Nick featured at TI.
Kyle featured at TI as well.
Yeah, that's not that good.
That was a mistake.
I think they must have missed that one on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was trying to purchase this.
Because it's F tier. I've ranked all of them, and keep it PMA, keep it BSJ is S tier.
Thank you.
I'm not legally obligated to say that.
Or being held against his will on this
I'm not
podcast. No. The aesthetics cap on Puppy makes him do his job even better. The walk in and look at him dangling here in the mid lane.
Yeah. He's got these birds that are going to heal him if they do go on him.
I think they're more like sprites. But that's fine.
Yeah, more like attendants, actually.
Well, you can't call them what they are literally labeled as.
Oh, attendants. I see. I thought you said tendons.
Yeah. Look at them.
Like a,
Okay, all right. Just because she's half deer doesn't mean you can.
What are you even talking about? What is?
Well, because people hunt and eat deer.
Oh.
And ligaments tend.
Yeah.
You know, what were you
Thank
thinking
you for
about?
clarifying that,
What were
because
you
that was.
thinking about? You're thinking about hunting the human part of her?
You're weird, man. Just let it go.
Okay. Well,
This is TI.
you are the one.
Take
Back to you, gods.
yeah,
Take it back to NA defense.
quickly learning that, yeah, Jenkins is indeed a little weird.
Why are you on his side?
You mean Insania?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, of course. I'm playing a character. I'm Insania.
Okay, seriously though, there's a game going on. Quinn just got picked off.
Yeah.
Monkey King ulti used, nothing else of
Quinn just keeps dying in his base. He died here. His last death was like by his fountain. He can't go anywhere. This has been not Quinn's day and not Quinn's tournament so far.
Definitely has not been Quinn's turn, sadly. He's won his lane like every game I've watched,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just hasn't amounted to much, sadly.
Old Secret going high ground. It has been their tournament so far. Doing very well in the group stage. This will put them 8-4 and set them up
He got the kill.
to go to the upper bracket.
He's just prone.
Yeah.
He's got Eon Disc as well.
Dire's
So
middle
with
barracks
what
are
level they going to be looking at?
Dagon
Dagon 4.
4.
Yeah.
He's huge.
I think Yawar was trying to break his Eon Disc there, and it didn't work. The Nature's Attendants are actually keeping it alive. He's got the
Unproc,
shard,
yeah.
so he's got 3 guaranteed, I believe, at all times.
Dire's middle barracks are under
Jump in from Nisha. Gets the dissimilate and gets in, gets out. Do they want to go on this Clinks? They've doomed him up, but it looks like they don't want to force a commit on this one. The 4-stuff gets out of the Skywrath ultimate, and they'll just focus the objectives. Get the racks here. Yep. Nisha, 13-0-16 on the Void Spirit. Absolutely pristine.
I need a Quincy crew to hold here so we get to a 4th Roshan. Really important.
That was
Boost
a
here.
bad call. What sort of game goes to a 4th Roshan?
Quincy
60
crew is
minutes.
going to hold.
Okay. Nisha,
Not convinced about that one.
yeah, kind of almost solo killing Yawar here.
They've got Trian protected.
That's true.
has fallen.
That's true.
Okay.
Parker.
They smoked.
They've got another one if they need it.
They smoked. Let's go.
There's still a refresher shot on this Doomnet as well, so...
It's a little deceiving
It
that the
is.
cheese at the top because it's in his backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Good point. They should fix that.
Yeah, it should have a little strap over it.
Or be grayed out or something,
No,
maybe.
the strap would be much better.
I think a strap would be so cool. They should implement straps into Dota.
Yeah, the strap on.
I feel like graying it out like it is in the backpack would be a bit more consistent. You want cool points.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
There's some flavor there.
Gleipnir, followed up by a Dissimilate. They get the stun as well. Leslau going to set things up for Zai to go in with the refresher shot to doom Quinn. Quinn instantly going to buy back. You are holding his ground here with the BKB on the Clinks. It's going to wear off, but where are Quincy getting any of the damage or getting any of these kills here? Yaps are just still in the trees. He sees everything. He goes for the ultimate. Oh, Earthshaker blinks in aggressively. Doesn't find the Echo Slam he was perhaps
Quinn
looking
is
for, and
in.
Quinn is out. After going
Now
in,
he's out.
yeah. He gets taken out, and this game is all but over.
I would
Quite the stomp from Team Secret.
Tower is under
44K net worth lead, 45 minutes in. Let's,
They are crushing.
they have to line this here. It's now 46 minutes. Okay, we need 30 seconds. Okay, it's perfect.
And they would have ended earlier too if it wasn't for the fact that they have absolutely no tower nukes.
Well, yeah, 45. This game did not feel like it was 45 minutes, but more like a 30-ish minute rollover, because at no point were Quincy really in this one.
Yeah. That was just so fast by Secret. Like this is a game that I would implore you guys, if you want to understand Secret, to watch from Quincy Crew's perspective. You know, like just go back and just see like the fog, and you see
Yeah.
5 heroes bottom, suddenly they're all top, you know, and like 2 heroes bottom, suddenly the Monkey King is stunning you top and a Void Spirit's TPing in on the creep wave. You just never feel safe, and it's just so textbook.
Yeah. So much of why Monkey King is like one of the top meta hit picks is some of the unseen stuff. It's like there's this hero that just scouts out every move you're making, or every time you try and make a smoke, he's there to reveal a smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can like deal with that, and it's like really hard to get used to, like especially if a hero's coming into a meta like that as like a 4 position, where it's like mostly a carry before, is like you kind of have to fissure from fog and then just run away, or so you can't walk up and hit the creep wave. Like if a team is playing as fast as Secret, you can't even show on waves when you're behind, or you're gonna die. And that's weird. And sometimes you actually have to pick heroes to specifically do that, like clear from fog. And sometimes the meta shifts where there are heroes like Monkey King that can set up on you from trees anywhere on the map. He gets the jump distance. All of a sudden, he's like this global hero.
Quincy Crew now still at 2 wins. Is that 2-10 or 2-12?
I think they're 2-10. SG is 2-10. Both teams have 2 series left. One is against each other. That's the first series they play tomorrow.
That's huge. That's the
Quincy
game decider.
then play T1, I think,
I believe you.
and SG plays Spirit.
Okay. So they
So-
both got teams that are on the lower end.
Yeah, teams they could maybe get a draw against. I mean, theoretically, could win against, but
Yeah.
unlikely based on their play so far. But yeah, the big one is when they play each other.
Yeah, that's just crazy that we were talking about. That's basically a 500K best of 2.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
TI for you.
If the pressure's not on now, I mean, it's gonna be on tomorrow.
Yeah. And yeah, Quincy can't feel good about how they're playing, how things are going for them. They got top 6 at the last major, but at the same time, it wasn't like a convincing. I mean, they played well, but they were instantly in the upper bracket. They only won one best of 3 in the entire tournament against Noping, a team they know very well from kind of their region or a region they play.
They have not proved international play going their way yet.
Yeah, they've just had no success on an international level outside of winning a best of 3 against Noping, which top 6 in major sounds good, but
it's also their play. It's a team that they play against in pubs all the time, so it's
Yeah.
pretty much NA in that regard.
And if you're a Seeker fan, I think they're looking 100%
Oh.
in form.
Yeah.
Like they are playing so quickly, and
They have their identity, and that's what you want to see from
exactly,
any team
exactly.
at TI.
It's like frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch. I really like that language. Like if you're playing against it, you just feel like you can't get anything. It's so oppressive.
Yeah.
And that 2-0 puts Secret in 3rd place in their group behind Vici and PSGLG. PSGLG guaranteed upper bracket 11-1. Vici Gaming 10-4 to Secret's 8-4. So
They're looking pretty smooth for top
Yeah.
4 on Secret, as long as they go
Oh.
maybe 3-1, 2-2.
I think that it's going to be a battle for 4th between like Beast Coast, Elephant, Spirit's even in there, and Spirit had that SG matchup where if they get another 2-0,
Okay.
could look pretty good for them.
Yeah.
So a lot of important games tomorrow, but we've still got more Dota today. We've got T1 versus Undying.
That sounds
T1
absolutely
Undying.
correct. Yes.
Yeah, and I was saying Quincy play T1. They don't. They're in different groups. Quincy play. I'll quickly look it up tomorrow. Who the other team they still have to play is? Elephant.
Oh, that's
Like no, I'd say no. Elephant is so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Elephant has some great upsets, and then they
That's
have
true.
some
That's true.
questionable. Didn't they 2-0 Secret?
Yeah.
But then they
they
got
did.
2-0'd by some other teams. too,
Yeah,
so-
that's definitely one for potentially Quincy Crew to snipe a game off of.
Yeah. So that's kind of where Group B is, but we're headed back to Group A, where last place is pretty decided. Maybe it's not 100% decided. We're not going to talk about
it
that.
now.
Oh, it's decided.
Yeah,
Okay, they're playing. Last place is decided.
Thunder
Thunder Predator 0-12. Not a fun sight to see. Astro Alliance guaranteed lower bracket, but we're casting 2 teams who are in the race for that 4th upper bracket slot. Team Undying 8-4. T1 6-6. A T1 win means they're tied, both 8-6. So important stuff.
And just a reminder, there are 2 NA teams in the top 4 of Group A right now.
Don't jinx it. It's
Just saying.
yep.
They're both 3-2-1 in their 3 wins, 2 ties, and 1 loss.
I think both teams are looking pretty good too between Undying and T1. I think Undying is like exceeding expectations, and T1 is meeting expectations. But on day one, like they looked rough, and so there's like T1 is like they had a bit of a slump, and then they're up, and then I think they played Secret and got 2-0 or something.
No,
It's
T1 faced
Secret's
EG,
another-
IG, and OG in like 3
OG,
of their
yeah, it
first
was
4
OG.
series.
It was
so
OG.
I wouldn't even say they were slumping. They just got like
The hard
front
teams,
of
Yeah,
their schedule.
and then they 2-0'd VP, so that put them in a way better spot. Even though they were
Yes.
like 2-6, but it was like, well, they 2-0'd VP. That means they must be pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're now 6-6, but we can ramble on about all this for a while. We will head to a quick break though, unless you guys want to chat a bit longer. I don't know. Are you sticking around, Jenkins?
My legal contract has ended.
Oh,
I will
okay.
be leaving now.
We thank you for joining us. Sorry, Insania. Good luck the rest of the tournament.
casting.
Casting, yeah. Sorry, Liquid did qualify.
Too soon.
You chose the wrong journey. Journey,
Yeah.
and Journey as well. Yeah,
of course, both.
Both.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
really.
it's been quite the journey, I'll tell you.
Appreciate
Anyone just tuning in is wondering what the
They're
hell
so
is going.
confused.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Jenkins, just remember, guys, if you don't know much about Jenkins, his life is a bit. Like everything he's doing is just a.
He calls everything a bit. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what that means.
It's just a bit like he's doing an act. He's putting on a show for you, and he's embracing some identity that makes no sense.
Right, I'm not a sociopath. Just 'cause you're just projecting.
Just
You're
okay.
just
Please
projecting.
Please take us to breakouts.
Jenkins, gun is yours. Take us to break, please.
Takes the break, Bruno.